Across the UK, online and on DAB.
A new kind of talk radio. We'll get you talking.
Evening, dear listener. This is Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio. New callers only tonight, please. I know I've made a rod for my own back of all the things to do. Oh, yeah. And Straight to Air is coming to an end. I have decided. We'll talk about it more in a bit. Start calling now. 0844 499 1000.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I'm so glad that I got her to think of. She's fine as any Valentine. I think about her all the time. Cross my heart and hope to die. She sends me silly messages and pictures, directing traffic in the mall, or buzzing with some brand new shoes. She never fails to surprise. She makes me laugh. She makes me smile. And I could hang out with her all day and night. She makes me laugh. She makes me cry. And I would like to be with her for a while. I'm so glad that I got her to think of. We'll have a dinner date tonight and play some Scrabble with the guys and wear our pink party hats. Maybe I should take her on safari. You'll see us wave from our canoe if that's what she wants to do. Tell me what's wrong with that. She makes me laugh. She makes me smile. And I could hang out with her all day and night. She makes me laugh. She makes me cry. And I would like to be with her for a while. No matter what else I do, she's still the girl I should hold on to. No matter whatever else I do, she's still the girl I should hold on to. No matter whatever else I do, she's still the girl. She makes me laugh. She makes me smile. And I could hang out with her all day and night. She makes me laugh. She makes me cry. And I would like to be with her for a while.
Evening, dear listener. So, here's the fun thing. I've left all my bloody leads somewhere. I've left my leads in Leeds. I've had one of them days, dear listeners. You know them days where nothing seems to go right? That's the kind of day that I've had today. It's just been dashing all over. Some things have gone right. Of course, some things have gone right. That's, but dashing all over the shop, and I've left the lead to charge my phone. I'm hoping to God I've left the lead to charge my phone in my car. Otherwise, I can't charge my phone. I can't charge my phone. And I have an iPhone, and that means, of course, I have to charge my phone 3 times a day if I want it to do anything. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember the old days? 0844 499 1000, by the way. Oh, yeah. And I've made a rod for my own back, guys. There is a rod for my own back. It's new callers only tonight. Oh, jeez. There is no vibe in the house. There is no phone lead, and it's new callers only. So that means if you've never called, or you've only called a couple of times, or you called me years and years and years ago, but you haven't called since, well, tonight is the night that would be an excellent time for you to call. You don't have to have anything to say. You can just phone up and say hello, and then put the phone down. That's all groovy, man. But, So, but I am quite prepared for the 3 hours tonight to sit here and talk to myself. Quite prepared for that. I'm quite happy if that were the case. I'd rather it weren't. But if that is the case, then I'll do that. 0844 499 1000. So today has involved lots of running around in London. And I'm starting to think... I don't live in London anymore. I've not lived in London for about 3 or 4 years. And I'm starting to question, what the hell is the point of London? I used to like London. When I lived in London, it was North London. I loved it. I thought, yeah, I'm living in London. I'm all trendy and metropolitan. But now I don't live in London anymore. When I come in, every time I come in, it just seems to be more hellish. And that's the word, right? And I don't really think that London has any redeeming features. I don't know, it's all the museums and the galleries. But there are museums and galleries everywhere. And most of the stuff in the museums and galleries we nicked. We nicked back in the day. That's how we got all the stuff, guys. We nicked it. Why have I picked up that book? That's not my book. We nicked it. So I can't really think that London has anything about it at all. Oh wait, 444991000 if you disagree. Has anything redeeming about it in the slightest? Has she got the lead? Has she got the lead? Yes! Was it? Oh no, that's not my desk. That's not my lead.
Oh man.
Was it not in the car? Oh, bum. Huh? No, it's got to be arse. Where is that? Oh, that's lost. That's another great thing to add to the list of great things that have happened today. I've lost my bloody phone charging lead. A, that's about 25 quid. B, I can't charge my phone up. So Periscopers, you won't be here forever. And Christ knows what I'm going to do tomorrow. God blimey. When I need my phone. I don't actually technically need it now, but I'm going to need it tomorrow. Oh, man. 0844 499 1000. So first cab off the rank is, what the hell is the point of London, really? I mean, what purpose does it serve, apart from to frustrate us, make us angry? And everybody in London, I know it's a cliche, right? But everybody's just so busy and fast and rude. They're rude, aren't they? Yeah, I'll borrow that. I wonder who mine is then, that's annoying. I just need that top. Come in, because I don't think we're going to get any callers tonight. I just got a feeling we're not going to get any callers tonight. We're discussing, Catherine, what is the point of London? I can't, as far as I can tell, I can't see any point to London.
I like it, but I'm only like 3 months in, aren't I?
Yeah.
It's a novelty to me.
Yeah, and you don't go into central London and do central London-y things. And I had to go into central London yesterday, and I was at the same place. I was in Oxford Street again today, and it's just It's just awful. I can't think it used to be good because it used to have all the record shops. You'd have the big HMVs at both ends, and you'd have Virgin Megastore, Tower Records, which used to be up until midnight, I think. So if you got boozed up, there was a tiny one in Camden. So if you got boozed up in Camden, you could go and do some drunk record buying. The best. There is still a Tower Records in Tokyo, in Japan. It's the last one, I think, in the world. I started watching a documentary about Tower Records, and I got bored and drifted off to watch something else. But now the record shops have gone, there's nothing really in London.
I still get quite a buzz from it, but as you say, I don't...
You're a tourist.
Yeah, I have to fight the urge to buy a postcard or something for the kids when I go out into town.
Yeah, it's all it does for me. It's starting to get like LA, a place I've been to a few times, and a place I absolutely detest. I mean, LA is the arse end of the earth, and I just feel myself tensing up.
I know why.
As I approach,
because it's full of ponces who aren't from there, treating the street like a catwalk.
What, London?
Yeah, and LA.
I don't think it's that. I think people are really rude in LA, and in London I think they're quite rude. And everyone's just so busy and thinks they're so important because they're working in the media, or something like that. And it's just I don't like it. I don't like London, and I don't think we need it anymore. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it.
What should we have instead?
Well, I do if I like. The dream would be to win like a shed load of money and go and buy a house literally in the middle of nowhere. Literally in the middle of nowhere, in the pitch black, in the dark. With a generator.
Right.
And so you're not even on the mains, you've got a generator.
How would you manage with that Wi-Fi?
I'll be fine.
Really?
Yeah, I've got good data plan on GiveGaff. So I'll be alright. I'll be alright on that. But, it's annoying me I've lost that lead.
Look, it wasn't where you said, and I had a quick shufty around the rest of your cockpit.
No, it's fallen out my bag. That's what it's done.
It'll be at home, plugged in somewhere.
No, it's not. I've had it today in the car.
Oh, really?
Definitely had it today in the car. And it'll fall.
Maybe I've been blind. I'm not a very good looker.
Oh, well, that's true. No, you're a very attractive young lady. So I don't know what could you replace London with? Let's just get rid of it. And now, I mean, I don't live in London. I live 20 miles outside of London, so I've hardly moved a great distance. But you do become aware that all of the media is really London centric. It is all about London. Except remember the BBC everyone moved up to Salford?
Yeah.
That was stupid. It was a waste of money. They were doing it just for everyone's moving up to Manchester.
It was very exciting for a minute for, like, people like me who grew up not seeing anyone with their accent on the telly for a while.
Yeah.
Until you realised all they'd done is moved all the London people, begrudgingly, to Salford.
Yeah.
Oh,
no one wanted to go?
No. And they all made a flipping song and dance about it.
And they were still, people like Richard Bacon and Victoria at Derbyshire were still either doing their shows in London or getting the train or getting flown up there to do the show, then flown back the same day. Well, how is that diverse?
And do you remember in local radio what happened was you got a load of London types who thought they were too good for us.
Yeah.
Came and kept their head down at ours for about 6 months so that they didn't have to move, and then went back.
Yeah, that was a weird. And I've been to Salford, and the BBC building there.
It's on an island.
Yeah, it's sort of, it is in the middle of nowhere. It's on a trading estate, really, and it's isolated. And it's not. You're not near Manchester. Well, you are. You're the edge of Manchester, but it's not Manchester.
No, and it used to be like one of the most rundown. My granddad used to work the docks there. It was the most rundown part of Salford you could get. It was a dump.
Yeah.
So then they stuck this kind of ivory tower on this island. And people moaned about moving to it.
Yeah.
And that was it. But I don't know. Do you see any more northernness on telly? I guess.
On 5 Live is based up there. None of them are northern. They're still the same southerners, or not all southerners. You've got Irish people on there, but they're still the same. They're still the same people. Yeah. It's just in a different location. And I suppose there's an argument. Well, it will be stimulating the local economy by having. We went up there for a talk at the Radio Academy, and the only way the local economy was stimulated was when we went on the Coronation Street tour.
Now that was good, wasn't it?
That was blooming good. That was marvellous.
And that was us skiving off, really.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't BBC business.
0844 499 1000. We'll be back after this break. Good evening, dear listener. Iain Lee, Talk Radio. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. New callers only this evening, please. Just because I tell you why we're doing it, right? And I know, I picked a week. We got hardly any calls towards the end of last week. And we've had hardly any this week. I know, I'm making it more difficult for myself. And it's partly because of people, the whole referendum thing and the whole football thing and whatever. But I get lots of people saying, I can't call in. I'm scared to call in. What if I'm not as good as the other callers? And I'd be boring and all of that stuff. Don't worry about that, right? We'll be the judge of that. If your call is boring, I'm not doing my job properly. It's as simple as that. Very simple. You call 0844 499 1000. You speak to either Kath or Emma. They will call you back. Let's get rid of that music. Get rid of that tedious music. So it doesn't even cost you that much money. How's about them apples, guys? And you can call in about anything. Although I will happily sit here for 3 hours and talk complete and utter guff, as I have done so far. Miranda's on the line. Evening, Miranda.
Hello, Ian. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Miranda. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I've only been listening for like a couple of days.
Hey,
a friend of mine I know. I know. Well, I heard you on the Adam Buxton podcast, and you sounded really cool. And I was like, he's changed. He's lovely. So,
I had another one today. I get so many. What a joy it was, and what a pleasure it was to be on Adam's podcast. But since then, I've had so many people tweeting me saying, "Do you know what, Ian? I used to think you were a dick, and now I think you're okay." And I had another one today, and there's only so many times you can be told that you were a tit or a dick. But,
I didn't say you were.
No, I did. You didn't. No, you didn't. You don't. No, and that wasn't a pop at you, Miranda, at all. That was just. And I know people on Twitter when they do it, they think they're being nice, but it's still me going. They thought I was a dick for the last 15 years, though. God, it's good. It's good. The Adam Buxton pod. Are you a big fan of Dr. Buckles? Then.
Oh yeah, I love him. Yes, definitely.
I'm suspicious of him. If I'm not completely honest, Miranda, I don't understand how someone's so nice. There's got to be something somewhere under that nice exterior. There's got to be.
He's quite happily to admit that he's a little angry, hairy man underneath it.
Yes.
So there must be this little sort of Gollum side, I think. But, otherwise, he comes across quite nicely, so that's
After, I don't know him particularly well. I mean, we did this series years and years ago, and it was a genuine thrill to work with him. And I'd seen him a few times, but I have not seen him since then. And after we did the podcast, which you dear listener, you can find on iTunes and all of that, he sent me the nicest, really long, detailed email, kind of, saying how nice it was to see me again and thanking me for doing it. And if I wanted anything taken out of the thing, he would happily do that. And then giving me loads of suggestions on how I could improve my life. And it was all, stay off Twitter, don't argue with anyone on Twitter, and just all these other things. And he said, if I really mean it, if you're feeling down, you can always give me a call. And I just thought, man, what a nice bloke.
Oh,
he's lovely.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, how really nice.
Well, I don't. You've joined this show, Miranda, kind of a weird point. It's still quite new because the station is, I don't know how, 3 months old, 4 months old, something like that. So it's still early days. And the show is kind of, we have moments of soaring forward. Mm-hmm. And then we're at the moment, I'm really struggling to explain this, and this is making no sense to even me, so I don't know how you're going to get it. We're kind of lurching a little bit.
Okay.
I'm trying to give the show a kick up the backside because I've got a little bit complacent, a little bit lazy, and I'm relying on one or two of the same old tricks. And I don't want to do that. I want each show to be, thrilling and exciting and different from the one before. So, So you stick with it, or maybe come back in a couple of weeks because it might be rubbish for a week or so as we transform into something else.
Oh, it's fine. You're going through your pupae stage. You're going from a little caterpillar, and then soon you're going to be a wonderful butterfly.
You raise an interesting thing there, right? Has anyone? Is there a way of when the caterpillar makes the cocoon? That's the word. I've not said that for a long time. Is there a way of of scientists taking the cocoon off and replacing it with like a transparent cocoon?
I heard a podcast on this where they did do a thing on where they split open a cocoon, and what's inside is just like cells, like a sort of jelly. So there's nothing, they can't really take it away without killing the poor little caterpillar / butterfly.
The caterpillar breaks down into jelly, because it breaks down into jelly before it becomes a butterfly.
Yeah, so it raises this really philosophical point of, well, is there anything of the caterpillar into the butterfly? And they did an experiment. Oh my God, this is really exciting. They did an experiment where they put the caterpillars in a sort of tank, and when a light went on, they released this foul smell, and it was like this red light and this foul smell would come on.
Yeah.
And so the caterpillars would all run away to the other side of the cell.
Yeah.
And then when they all went into butterflies, they put them in the same cell, and the butterflies, as soon as the red light went on, the butterflies went over to the other side of the cell again.
And what? Okay.
So they remembered.
They remembered it.
Even though in the cocoon stage they were just little bits of jelly and pus and nothing there, but somehow that becomes a butterfly that remembers what it used to be like in its former life.
You're not what would be the word for someone who studies butterflies? I want to say botanist, but I'm going to say botanist because I'm lazy. You're not a botanist, are you?
No, I just listened to a podcast with one once recently.
and that's how kids these days are getting their knowledge, Miranda, from podcasts. I'm quite like. By the way, if anyone knows, it's just dawned on me. I have no idea what happens in inside the cocoon. We now know that there is jelly and pus. If anyone has, someone must have. You know, like you get a camera in a bird's, those bird houses, the bird boxes. Someone must have somehow put a camera or X-rayed it as it happened, so we can see the transformation take place. They must have done.
I don't know anyone, but maybe someone else.
Have you not listened to a podcast that explains it? Oh man,
no, they're good on audio, not that great on visual. So,
what podcast do you listen to? Because I listen to a lot of radio. Right? I listen to a lot of Radio 4, a lot of LBC, a bit of Talk Radio, and so I've just discovered that actually Kiss is quite good. You know, playing all the umcha music.
Okay.
I'm having a midlife crisis. So I don't really listen to that many podcasts because there are so many. It's like saying, right, this week I'm going to get into classical music. Well, that doesn't mean anything because there's just so many different genres and so many different composers and recordings. And it's the same with podcasts. I go and look at the iTunes chart and just think, oh, that's too overwhelming. I can't.
If you've got something that you're particularly interested in, then you can find something on that. Like if you're into like true crime, I listen to a couple of true crime ones, and there's just really good general ones like This American Life and Radio Lab, and they'll have like 3 or 4 different stories on like a theme, but they'll just be really interesting, and there'll be people's stories and like weird things like the butterfly thing. So there's so many out there, but if you find one, and then you can usually get recommendations from that one if you enjoyed it, and they'll say if you like this one, then we recommend that one, and you end up in a little rabbit hole of podcasts.
Can I say, lots of people are saying that the word for someone who studies butterfly, or whatever it was I asked for, is an entomologist. But it's not.
Oh, no.
It's not. And I know what the answer is, and several people have told me, including the voice of Radio 4. Right?
Yeah.
It's a lepidopterist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've learned something. This will be in this podcast as well. Lepidopterist. Thank you, JP. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Lee, and everybody else who said entomologist, including Catherine, my producer. Eat dirt.
Well done,
Miranda. Thank you for calling. I hope it fulfilled every dream you hoped it would be.
I was going to call about something in particular, but it's fine. I can.
Have you got something? I'm not getting rid of. If you've got something to say, then for goodness' sake, woman, spit it out. Yes.
Well, because you were talking about how you moved away from London,
yes,
and what should be replaced, and I moved away from London a year ago, and I'm currently sort of writing a little thing about what it's been like because I work by myself, I live by myself, so it's I'm sort of on this like genre of how I filled my time away from London, and sort of discovered things like social media and Twitter, and there's even someone now on my Twitter who showed me your show, and we're sort of tweeting together now. Hello, Pete. How you doing?
Hello, Pete. How do you know he's not some sort of deviant or murderer or something?
We've met before at like comedy nights in London,
and he didn't kill you. So that Pete's safe then. Good.
He's all right. Yes. He's all right. And so he showed me Periscope. So I went through a while of trying Periscope because it was nice to meet other people.
Yep.
And now I'm sort of I've set up this. And the reason why I've come and like looking more into talk radio is because it's for a show, so I've set up this telephone number to encourage people to call me, and they can leave a message, and in the hour show I'm going to sort of see what messages I get.
That's a brilliant idea. I did that for this show occasionally. I've got a phone number. It's different to this one.
Okay.
And people leave voice messages, and do you know what? I've not checked the voice messages for ages. Should we see what's on there now?
Yes.
And then we'll give out your number if you want to in a second.
Oh, yes, that would be brilliant. Thank you.
Hang on a second. Right, so this is, these are completely at random. I've got a dump button in case there's some swears. Let's have a listen.
Hey, Lee, he has Chinese for his tea. Hey, Lee, but he's not as tall as me. Hey, Lee. He has a handsome beard, Iain Lee, and his colours we are weird.
There we go. You see, that's nice. Let's see what's...
That's lovely.
It's not
That's
that bad.
really...
Let's try... there's a few here. Oh, this one's only a second. What's this? Nope, they bottled it. Let's try... Oh, here we go. This one. Let's see what this one is. Oh, no, that one's gone. I think 'cause I've not used it for ages. So they've... a lot of the messages have... let's try this one.
Anxious man. I miss you. At times... unbearably so.
There we go, beautiful. So,
quite sexy.
It was good. So I like the idea of your show. So what is this for Edinburgh or a stand-up show or
Yeah, it's for Edinburgh. So it's kind of been about like life, how you can be 34, trying to get to know people, and that sort of underlying like loneliness, and how do you make friends, you know? And that's kind of more what it's about. And then as part of it, it's these weird phone calls that I get randomly. So
it's a weird one, isn't it? Because I'm 43 now, and I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 friends. Really? And I don't have any family. I've got my wife and my kids, but my dad's dead. My mum lives in a care home and isn't, particularly with it. My sister just emigrated, and I don't really, for various reasons, I don't speak to other, my aunts and uncles and stuff like that. Half of them that's a good thing, and the other half that's a sad thing, and I need to sort that out. But, and it's dawned on me, Miranda, that I have spent, because I'm very shy and insular and an introvert, and I've spent so much time just, instead of going out over the years, I've spent time at home, back in the day getting drunk, but playing Xbox and reading and isolating. So I don't really have many friends. And it's dawned on me, because now I'm at the age where I start going to funerals a bit more often. And my dad's funeral, there were hundreds of people there. My aunt's, there were hundreds of people. And I'm thinking, God, if I died... there'd be about 15 people there, and that would be pushing it.
That's just cheered me up.
Well, there's the question. How many people would be at your funeral if you died tonight, Miranda?
I'm way more popular than you.
Yeah,
so
I bet.
No, I don't know. So, it's because I'm exactly the same, where I'm quite insular, and I find it really hard to talk to people unless I'm behind a microphone or drunk. Unfortunately, I'm not that good at Xbox.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing.
Mine is the other option.
Yeah.
So it's really hard, and I've tried different things. I've tried like drama clubs and gardening clubs and art classes and stuff, but it's still breaking that first contact. And what I've kind of learned is that I'm the black hole in the group. Everyone is happy to talk round to me. If I talk to them, they'll happily talk to me, but I'm the one that ends up walking away thinking about conversations for the next 3 days.
Wow. You're Lady Me, because that's it's more common than you think.
Yeah.
It's more common, and there are more... the number of times I have spoken to male acquaintances from various groups about how I hate phoning up people to ask for help, right?
Yeah.
I hate making phone calls. And I've said this to really outwardly confident, powerful men, and they've said, "Oh God, Ian, I'm exactly the same. I can't do it. I hate doing it. I've really got to steel myself to make a phone call to ask someone for help."
Yeah.
So I think it's more common.
Yeah. So instead of going to my friends and saying, "Can you circulate a phone number?" I've come on to national radio and said, "Hello."
Because this isn't real. This is the same way I can sit behind a microphone. I couldn't talk to you for 20 minutes in a bar or or a bus stop, but on the radio it's not real. So it's easy. It's a show.
Yeah.
Miranda, what's your phone number?
It is. Everyone's ready.
There we go. Again, I couldn't say that. What's your phone
Come
number?
on, people. Give me a ring. Give me a message about anything. It is 07800
Yep.
834
Yep.
030.
Let me make sure I've got that right. 07800 834 030.
Yes.
Do you want me to tweet that?
Yeah, that would be brilliant.
I'm tweeting it, man. It's going to happen now. Miranda, it's really nice to talk to you. Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much.
Let us know how the show develops.
I will do, and really good luck. I hope everything works out and you turn into the beautiful butterfly you deserve to be.
Let's see if I can curl one out. Miranda, thank you very much indeed. 0844 499 1000. Okie dokie. Thank you, Miranda. 0844 499 1000. You callers only tonight, please. Let's go to Irene. Evening, Irene.
Hello there.
Hello, Irene. You all right?
Hello. Yes, not bad, thanks. A lepidopterist has butterflies and an entomologist is insects in general.
Thank you very much indeed. Yes, we got that.
Right.
We
Yes,
got that
I've
from my
studied
intelligent
for a
listeners.
Degree in horticulture, believe it or not.
Do you know what happens inside a cocoon then?
Well, I was horrified by what Miranda said.
It was disgusting, but it turns into jelly and pus.
Yes, and I'm shocked by the fact that I have actually been, on the basis of the hungry caterpillar, been telling my 4-year-old child that the centre structure of the butterfly is the old caterpillar.
This is what I thought, that the body of the butterfly is the caterpillar, and then while it's in there, it grows wings.
So I've got all my biology from the hungry caterpillar.
Well, I mean, that book, I don't believe a caterpillar could eat all of the food that the hungry caterpillar claims to have eaten.
Certainly not salami.
But by the way, no, not at all.
Sliced the salami, anyway.
But for all we know, Miranda may be
a liar.
Well, she may be a liar.
Yeah.
She may be the Boris Johnson of the what was the word? Lepidoptery. No,
Lepidoptery.
She may be the Boris Johnson of Lepidoptery and spreading all these vicious untruths so that we
it was the word pus that started me.
We hate these caterpillars and we go and kill them instead of embracing them.
I know. The word pus should never be used, I don't think.
It's just, well, I'm going to use it one more time. When you get, when you cut yourself or you get okay, here we go. You know when you this is going to be gross.
You're going to say pus, aren't you?
Yeah. You know when you squeeze a spot and all that pus comes out?
Mm.
But where has that come from? What part of your body makes that?
Water and bacteria.
That makes like, a thick, milky substance.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
My eardrum burst years ago because I went swimming and caught an infection that was basically just water and bacteria in my ear, and it grew so big that it exploded on my bedroom pillow. See, I'm worse than Miranda now, aren't I? It exploded on my bedroom pillow. Brown, thick fluid.
Oh, God.
And that had been behind my eardrum.
And did your eardrum explode?
Yeah, it shattered.
I've got. Oh God! Everyone's just wincing slightly. Did it hurt?
Well, it hurt. The build-up of the fluid behind it was really painful, but when it burst, it was a relief.
And could you? Does your eardrum grow back? Could you hear?
I have a transplant. What do they call it?
Of eardrum?
I can't remember what it's called. They take a bit of skin from the inside of your scalp.
Oh, what was that? That scared the life out of me. Go on. Well,
my story's not bad enough.
Yeah, no,
go on. They take a bit of skin from the inside of your scalp and they sew it. Sew it's the wrong word. They stick it to the remainder circle of the eardrum. You know, the outside. It's quite fantastic.
That's incredible. Because, fixing a broken leg and even sewing on a fake hand, right? I can understand that because that's big and that's obvious. You put it there. But making a fake eardrum...
Yeah, out of your own skin. Well, it's not your skin, it's just, I don't know, it's like the underneath layer of your skin. They had to go in underneath the scalp to get it.
Oh, dear God, Irene, that's it. Yeah. And it works normally?
I'm on the normal range. It's not good, but it's working. Yeah.
Listen, man, the science needs to stop now. This is just unpleasant. I mean,
but do you know what? Do you know what was really shocking about it?
Don't tell me you were awake when they did it.
No, but Good. It's like the most micro surgery, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yet, when I woke up after the operation, my face was like a football. And you think, what have you done to me? My stomach hurt, my ribs hurt, and my whole head had swollen up. And I thought, why has that happened to me when all you've done is done something with a tiny needle?
You do.
I think they sat on me.
You do wonder what they get up to when you're asleep.
Yeah.
Some of these doctors have a very peculiar, dark sense of humour, don't they?
They all just sit on you in turn and jump up and down on your ribs.
Flipping heck.
Yeah.
I like the videos of those, when someone's got a big boil?
No.
Right, well, there's videos, right, of someone who's got a
people with big boils.
Big boil, and it being squeezed.
Nice.
And all the stuff coming out, and it comes out, and it comes out, and it's like a milky volcano.
I'm not sure we're developing this conversation with Miranda, really, are we?
She's dragged us right into the guts of that, Miranda.
I did actually phone you about London, but it's all gone a bit queasy.
No, go on. My tongue is slightly in my cheek, but now I don't live in London anymore. I hate coming into London.
Yeah. I've got a few friends who are saying this as well. And I had an experience recently where I lived in Hackney.
Yeah.
And we had to move. We couldn't afford to stay there, and so we were getting. You're looking on the map, and you're getting further and further out to try and afford what you want. And once I got to the border of Hertfordshire, I started getting quite panic attacky about it.
Being so far away from London?
Suburban, and I didn't want to go suburban, and I didn't want to move out of London. I've always lived in London. And so the thing I was phoning you to say is, the people who I think, when people say to me, maybe it's because I'm from London, but when people say to me they don't like London anymore, I always think, but what does it say about you? And if what it says about you is, if you're happy with that, then obviously that's a good thing. But what it told me when I was, having to deal with that issue of the cost of London, was what it taught me was that I was frightened of suburbia and frightened of that stage of your life where you go, all right, I'm middle-aged and I've got kids and I'm going to settle.
Yeah.
And what I wanted was to move further into London. Even though I'm middle-aged and have kids and don't remotely take advantage of living in a big city, it terrified me, the idea that I was giving up on life, and that's how it felt like. But obviously maybe it doesn't feel like that to you, but that's how I experienced it.
Can I ask how old you are?
46.
Right, well, I was a little bit, I was about 39, I was 39, I think, when we moved out. We had young kids, and it just seemed like the right thing to do. And I felt a little bit anxious. I mean, we've only moved out to Windsor. I mean, not miles away. But I felt a little bit anxious when we did it, and a little bit sad. And I kind of thought, well, I'm never going to be able to afford to move back to London now. But it was the best thing I could have done, I think. Yeah, it's the best thing. I made the right decision. Yeah.
But then you're not from a major city in the first place, and maybe that's why.
Yeah, that might be it.
I was brought up in Kentish Town, and which feels very much like a city, and then, I've lived in Brixton and Hackney, and so it felt the suburban thing really messed with my mind, and it still does. And I live in Leytonstone now, which is about 4 miles away, but I feel like it's a substantial change.
Leytonstone has got one of the best chippies in London. They do brilliant chips in pitta with hummus, and I can't remember the name of the chippy that does it.
Is it next to the Tube?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a little bit further away. Anyway,
I don't know it.
Irene, nice to talk to you. Thanks for calling. Take care.
All right, take care.
Bye bye. 0844 499 1000. Chris, stay there. We'll come to you in a minute. Let's go to Christian first. Evening, Christian.
Hello.
Hello, Christian. What have you got for us?
I can't remember what it's called. I've been nervous about this. What would we call it? A film ring.
Oh, yeah. Film ring, for those who don't know. Hang on, let me just explain what it is for those who don't know. It's where we, I suggest a film, we all have like a week or something to watch it, and then on a particular day that we've all agreed, we talk about it, and hopefully we get one or two of the people involved with the film to come on the show and talk about it. I was looking at making the next one, The Imposter, which is a brilliant documentary about this Spanish man who pretended to be an abducted kid that had gone missing from an American family, and he rocked up, and the family sort of accepted that he was the kid, and he pretended to be the kid. But he's blocked me on Twitter now, so I guess that's not happening.
Oh.
We had a little...
Do you have to be able to talk to them?
I think, well, no, I don't know, because the rules aren't set in my head, but I think it would help. What have you got?
Yeah. Well, the reason why I watched this documentary probably about 2 years ago, but I'm a regular listener. I've listened to everything, so
yeah.
It's called. You might have even seen it. I can't imagine you not. It's called King of Kong.
Oh man, King of Kong is a masterpiece. Explain it for the boys and girls that haven't seen it, Christian, because it's brilliant.
I was worried about this because it sounds boring in my head when I was trying to explain it. But it's about a guy who's obsessed with Donkey Kong. Yeah. Not obsessed. He just wants to be the best at Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
And he makes his own machine. He builds his own machine. And he beats the best score, but there's this evil guy, and he is evil.
He's presented as evil in the story, yes, and he looks evil,
yes. He's presented as evil in the story, but who has beaten the top score, and he gets people in to, take his machine apart and stuff, and his best score gets disqualified, and then he goes into his arcade and beats his score, and he gets disqualified again, and It's, again, seeing it sounds quite boring, but it's really not, because there's lots of people around that it's like really.
My
really
favourite. There are two other minor characters in the film. It's years since I've seen it. There's the old woman who's the Q-Bert champion. You remember her?
Yeah.
There's a woman in her 90s who's the Q-Bert champion.
Yeah, and he hangs around and has his picture taken with her and stuff.
And then there's the fella who's got the world record at missile command with his feet. Do you remember that? You know Missile Command, where you've got to spin the big wall? Yeah, there's a guy who's got he very proudly says, I hold the world record for the highest score at Missile Command with my feet. And he pops up in it. It is, do you know what? It is a lot of people have suggested it might be good. I was going to say, my concern is that some people might find the video game aspect of it a little bit boring, but then some people might have found the Kung Fu Elliot of the Kung Fu aspect of Kung Fu Elliot a little bit boring.
I'm sure I showed that to my girlfriend. She doesn't seem to remember, so she didn't find it that interesting. But I remember her watching it and finding it interesting. And it is interesting because it's not about that. It's just about this guy that's hard done by, really.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Can I just talk to the periscopers? You'll have to wait. They can't hear the calls. You're going to have to wait, guys, because I'm a little bit busy, but I'll come over and fix it up in a bit. Let me watch it again this weekend. It's on Netflix, I think, isn't it?
No, to be honest, it's not. I checked on Netflix.
Oh.
It's not, well, unless I spell anything wrong, but I don't think I did. It's just not on Netflix, I don't think.
Because it's got to be a film as well that everyone can access.
Yeah, I know. For
free.
And they recommended it to me years ago when I got it on DVD.
Yeah, I got it on DVD. I thought it was. Let me have a little look, Christian. It is an excellent suggestion, and lots of people have made it. And now that you have verbalised it, you've put it in my head, so I will. I'll have a little look at that.
Because you could easily get them on, probably.
Yeah,
you get people. You might even get the evil bloke, and that'd be good.
Yeah, if I book him though, I'm probably not going to call him the evil bloke.
The evil bloke, the computer obsessive.
Because I do think having made or having been involved with one or two small documentaries, I didn't make them. I was just kind of the front of them.
Yeah, they're probably. Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
They create a narrative.
Yeah. Yeah.
And particularly Big Brother is one where.
But what about that bit at the end though, where he says, where he has him at the end? The not the evil bloke, the guy who's pulled the strings. That's
yeah.
He has him at the end. And I might ruin the documentary here.
Oh yeah, don't give us any spoilers.
Okay, well that's possibly a spoiler. But he basically just says, how can I say this? He just says, "I'm not proud of what we've done."
Yeah,
that's it.
Okay, well,
and he looks like a fool.
We'll have a look.
That's it.
We'll see. Someone's suggesting that. Thank you for that, Christian. That's a brilliant suggestion. Let me have a little look into it. Thank you, mate.
Okay,
cheers.
All right.
Ta-ta, bye-bye. 0844 499 1000. New callers only tonight, please. And as always, I always panic when I do new callers only shows. I always panic, right? Because I think, no one's going to call in. I've done this trick too many times. No one's going to call in. Well, we've had a 50 minutes of calls, so thank you very much. And they've all been superb. Thank you for that. Sam on Twitter recommends a good film. The Devil and Daniel Johnston. That is a good film. That's kind of everyone who complained that the film Frank wasn't about Frank Sidebottom. I think it was more about the Devil and Daniel Johnston. To me, it was like the movie version of that documentary. It's about this guy. I'm going to say he's autistic. He's something, and he writes what many people consider to be these incredible pop songs. I'm not totally convinced by that. There's some good tunes, but I'm not totally convinced. And he would record all these albums at home on cassette and then just go and do gigs and sell them and hand them out and stuff. And they're works of art. You know, he'd do the packaging and stuff like that. I'm not... someone just told me The King of Kong is on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I need to watch it. I need to watch that, and maybe The Devil and Daniel Johnston. And I need to see if we can approach people. I really wanted to do The Imposter, but the guy turned out to be a bit of an idiot. Well, you know, he's a guy that pretends to be dead children, so he might be. Maybe I can get someone else from that. I don't know. Bruce, stay there. It's Chris's turn first. Yes, Chris. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Chris. What you got for us, boss?
Not a lot, actually.
Good for you. Well done.
I am a first-time caller to this show.
Yes.
I have called you in the past, but I have literally no agenda whatsoever.
Good.
Other than to say, I have picked up the Monkees' new album.
Thank you. Isn't it a masterpiece?
It's fantastic. My favourite track's me and Magdalena?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, that is written by a bloke from a band I don't know anything about, Death Cab for Cutie. All I know about them is they got their name from a Bonzo Dog Doodah band song. But I don't know, but on the strength of that track, those guys must be awesome. Do you know the band?
I know of them.
Yeah.
I don't own any material by them.
Yeah, no, I'm wondering if they're worth dipping my toe. Hey, here's a band. I've just bought a box set of, right, because I'm going to be writing an article about them for Record Collector, right, and I've got an interview lined up with the lead singer. I just need to sort it out. The Young Rascals. Do you know the Young Rascals?
No, never heard of them.
Well, the Young Rascals had a really big hit. I think they were one of those bands in the 60s and early 70s, right, that was bigger in the States than they were in the UK, like Paul Revere and the Raiders. But the Young Rascals had a hit. They they did this. This was their big hit. Hang on. Here we go. This is a famous song.
Oh, yeah.
You know this?
Yeah. Groovin'.
Yeah.
Groovin'.
Right.
On a Sunday afternoon.
So this is the Young Rascals, right? So I'm interviewing Felix Cavaliere, I think you pronounce his last name. I've got to sort that out. So I've bought a box set of them, it's because the editor of Record Collector said, Ian, could you do me a Young Rascals article, please? Because I love them so much and I haven't got the time to write an article on them. So I said, yes, boss. Let me check them out to see if I like them. And what I've heard is brilliant. Let's find another Young Rascals song completely at random. And let's see what comes up. Let's put it to the test to see if they're. Oh well, hang on a minute. They did this. This was a big Dave. I know this. This is a big David Cassidy song. Here we go. Hang on a minute. They wrote this. This is a great song.
How can I be sure in a world
That's constantly changing. How can I be sure where I stand with you?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I like it.
Okay. I like that. Let's try. Okay, one more. Do you want Good Lovin', or do you want A Girl Like You?
Always from you, sir.
No, I was the song titles, you muppet.
Oh,
would you like the song
okay.
Good Lovin', or would you like A Girl Like You?
I'm going to go for A Girl Like You.
Let's see. Let's have a little listen. Let's see if we can win you over with the Young Rascals.
It's kind of my dream match, Girl Like You.
Here we go. Oh, why is it? Oh, come on.
Yeah, it started good, but it really dropped off.
Here we go.
This is it.
I don't.
Oh, for
yeah. It builds up nicely and then it just stops.
It stops. I think the internet.
Yeah.
The internet has crashed here, guys.
I think the key thing is when you start to write a song, you've got to have an end.
Yep.
Just sort of stop. It's
that's.
I'm not a songwriting master, but you know, write more than 8 bars.
Well, you say that. There was a band called the Residents.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if all their songs were under a minute, but they certainly.
I know. Yeah.
They, at the very least, did an album where all the songs were under a minute.
Were they a punk band?
Yeah, here we go. The Residents. This is from their 1974 album, Meet the Residents, and all the songs, I think.
Put some men for us. That's just what they'll do. One of these days,
I'm gonna have nightmares. Oh.
This is the best thing I've ever heard, Chris.
This sounds like the inside of my head for the last
Yeah, man! Yeah, baby! Oh, man, I found my new favourite band. It's The Residents.
I'm scared.
Kristen, you should be very scared now. Go to bed and do have nightmares, won't you?
Oh, thank you.
Tutty bye. Bruce, stay there. We'll come to you after the news. Gosh, that was The Residents. From their 1974 album, Meet the Residents. And the cover is the cover of the Beatles album, Meet the Beatles, with graffiti drawn over their faces. It's funny, I was aware of The Residents, and I've never listened to them before. I don't think I could sustain a heavy Residents listening session. Good evening, this is Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio. We're doing things a little bit differently this evening. It's new callers only. You've all been excellent so far. You don't have to be excellent. You don't have to have anything to say. We've talked about butterflies and what actually happens to the caterpillar in the cocoon. It sounds disgusting, jelly and pus. We've talked about London. We've talked about music, all kinds of stuff. 0844 499 1000. We call you back, guys. Oh, evening, dear listener. This is Iain Lee. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. Now would be an excellent time to book your slot in the next hour. You know the score, man. Anything goes. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio. Hold on to your hats, guys. This is the news.
Talk Radio. Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I'll bring the chips and the dips and root beer, even though dark purple rain clouds are near. When you come around, you bring the summer. I'll lay the basket and blanket out neat, even though weathermen say they'll be sleep. When you come around, you bring the summer. Summer for a sad old snowman freezing in his room. Summer from your clear blue skies will melt away the winter's gloom. I'll bring the sun cream and beach volleyball, even though there is no sand here at all. When you come around, you bring the summer. When you come around, you bring the summer. Summer for a sad old Jack Frost trying to warm his toes. Summer from your golden smile will paint the snowdrops pinky rose. The birds and the bees will fly around me, even though we're deep in January. When you come around, you bring the summer. I know with one bound, you bring the summer. When you come around, summer baby, you bring the summer. You bring the summer around. Summer baby, you bring the summer. You bring the summer around. Summer baby, you bring the summer. You bring the summer around. Summer baby, you bring the summer. You bring the summer around.
Evening, Iain Lee, Talk Radio, 0844 499 1000. We're trying a few different things, one of them being we are, there's the laugh. the 60s, man, but it's the 21st century. Whoa! Monkeys! One of them... Oh, the Monkeys box set comes out soon. The DVD box set. Yeah, remastered. HD Blu-ray. Kiss it. I'm not coming in for a month when that comes out. One of them being new callers only tonight. 0844 499 1000. We call you back for the first hour. Steve and Bruce, you stay there. Going to come straight to you in a minute. We'll do straight to air tonight. I think from next week we're going to stop straight to air for. Well, I'm going to say for the month of July, but it's a fluid rule. And I reserve the right to change it whenever I want because it's my show. Someone on Twitter, on Facebook, posted, the show's quite good, but it's a bit too Ian-centric at the moment. Sorry? What? It's the show centres around me? A bit. The Late Nights with Iain Lee centres around Iain Lee a little bit too much? WTF? And I ended up having a Barney with him on Facebook. And you know who the winner is when two people argue on the internet? Nobody. Nobody is the winner. It does, it did come from nowhere. This and it was a mild criticism. I've had worse, but it stung. And you do think, what if a load of people came to where you worked and said, "Yeah, you're not doing it very well. Here's how you should be doing your job." You know what I mean? A load of people turned up to where you work, your office or your shop or your school or whatever it was you worked, and went, yeah, you're not doing your job properly. This is how you should do it. I wouldn't dream of telling anybody how to do their job. Saying that, isn't Jeremy Corbyn coming across as an absolute legend? What a player. Yes, he is probably going to tear the Labour Party apart and create a splinter Labour group, which means Labour will never get back into power, certainly not for the next 20 years. Yes, he is potentially creating an environment where Boris Johnson could not only become the next Prime Minister, but then actually win an election, a general election, and become Prime Minister for another 5 years, and maybe another 5 years after that. Yes, he is creating that scenario, but what a player. What an absolute player. Jeremy Corbyn is like... the whole party is going, Jeremy, you should stand down. Right, all the old prime ministers are coming out, Jeremy, you should stand down. He's like, nah, no. Jeremy, everybody, apart from the members, that's a different thing, but all the MPs, Jeremy, think you should stand down now? Nah, I'm not gonna. I think it's brilliant. I think it's exciting. I also think it's a sideshow. Not sideshow is a slight exaggeration, because it is incredibly important that we have a really strong opposition. All times, but now even more so. But there are actually more important things, like the fact we just voted to leave Europe. You muppets, the hell were you thinking doing that? I'm starting to think this Brexit thing may not be such a good idea after all. You listen to the news, right? I was listening to the 6 o'clock news on Radio 4, which is a very dry news broadcast anyway. I tend not to listen to it. I find it quite dour and depressing. But man alive, we're all screwed. You know that, don't you? If you listen to the news, we're all screwed, it turns out. Europe hates us. The banks hate us. All the companies are panicking and their stock's down. And we're going to die. We're all going to die! But I am finding Jeremy Corbyn, what a geezer. What an absolute geezer. 0844 499 1000. Bruce is on the line. Evening, Bruce.
Hello.
Hello, Bruce. What you got for us, boss?
This is the 10th anniversary of my first and only ever phone call to you.
Hey, well, happy 10th anniversary.
Yeah, it was terrible then.
What did we talk about 10 years ago, Bruce?
You had a special show for people that are not good on the telephone, or people who can't understand you.
Oh, yeah.
And I phoned up and unsurprisingly people didn't understand me. And after I hung up, I've still got the clip of it. After I hung up, he said that he felt quite sad and depressed after speaking to me.
Well, you should have tried harder, Bruce. I'm joking. I'm sorry I said that. What a rude thing to say.
I have an actual thing to
go on.
speak about. Last night, you were playing a song, Feeling Hot, Hot, Hot.
Oh, yeah, that's if anybody ever, and well done for reminding me, because I keep forgetting, but if anybody says anything celebratory, then I will hit the Feeling Hot, Hot, Hot button on my computer.
The thing is, I didn't know that was an actual song. 'Cause I'm not a very music person.
No.
And I've now made a list of 4 songs that I didn't know were songs that were used in adverts, and I thought were for the adverts.
Oh, beautiful! Go on. Go on.
Well, there's that one. So it's Pizza Hut, Hut, Hut.
Yep. Good.
Pizza Hut. And there's Show Me Velvet, Rich and Smooth, which is Cadbury's, but turns out it's that song as well.
What song is that?
It's like Show Me Heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Something. It's like Rich and Smooth, and the Cadbury's have it.
Yeah.
And then there's BNBN. BNBN.
Yeah. That's a famous. How could you not know that? That's the Muppets.
I don't know. I don't know. And the last one is Everyone's Heard About the Bird, about Bird's Eye Chicken, Chicken's the Word.
Yeah, that's.
I never knew any of them were real songs. I just thought they were adverts.
There's one that. This is the song to which you refer. Hang on a second. There's 2 versions of this, right? Here we go. Hang on.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird. The bird's a winner. Well, a bird. Bird is a winner. Well, a bird. Well, a bird is a winner. Well, a bird. The bird's a winner. Well, a bird. Well, a bird is a winner. Well, a bird.
It is a surprise that is a real song, right? But the best version, the Ramones did it, right? They're a punk band. I think it's
I know that.
About the bird.
There we go. That's all.
How come it didn't start with 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, they. The one I didn't know was a real song. Remember the advert for Night Nurse?
Recent? Or,
no, it's about 10, 15 years ago, right? And it was an advert for Night Nurse, and it was the worst. I thought, this is the worst song ever. Night Nurse. And it's like for cough medicine, right? And then I heard it on like the radio. It's a reggae song. Night Nurse. What the hell?
Just in Night Nurse?
Yeah, well, I don't know who. I'm not a fan of reggae, you see, Bruce. I cannot stomach reggae or jazz. Everything else, beautiful. But reggae or jazz, I simply cannot stomach.
Yeah, it's one of the many things you've been accused of being racist about, isn't it?
I know. I did. Well, I first announced that on LBC about 12 years ago. I don't like reggae. And I got a woman phone up and said, "You're racist." I said, "What? You don't like reggae? Black music?" I said, "Yeah, you're a racist." I said, No. I'm not saying I don't like black people. I'm saying I don't like one genre of music that is predominantly black, but not exclusively. Yeah, you're a racist. Up yours, Delors, I said. Bruce, how do you think that call went?
It was better than the one 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was a cracking contribution. I will speak to you in 2026.
Yeah, I'll think of something else to say by then.
You're more than welcome to call in before then, of course, all right?
Okay.
All right, mate, I'll see you later on. Thank you, Bruce.
Cheers.
Ta-ta, bye-bye, there we go. 0844 499 1000. Paul Garner on Twitter says that Corbyn is the new Blatter. He is. He's holding on for dear life. And you've got to respect that, haven't you? He is single-handedly going to tear the Labour Party apart, right? And it's weird, isn't it? Right. I'm at the edge of my knowledge of this, by the way, okay? So feel free to contribute if you want. Sam and Steve, stay there. 0844 499 1000. All the supporters, like the members, aren't they? They're called the members. All the members want Corbyn to be the leader, right? And none of the MPs want Corbyn to be the leader. So who is he beholden to? Beholden? Who is he Michael Holden to? Is it the hundreds of thousands of people, the 250,000 people that voted him in, or is it the how many MPs they got these days? 120, something like that. Is it them? And who'd replace him? Because they're all slimy little two-faced nutbags, aren't they? Really? They really are. At least it couldn't be Andy Burnham, because he wants to be the mayor of music in Manchester. They're all just slimy. And you see all the slimy little bags that are lining up to be the Tory leader. Oh, God. Who's this? Right, so there's Jeremy Hunt. Looks like he might be going for it. Gove? Is Gove one of them? Who's this Stephen Crabb gentleman? I'd not heard of this Stephen Crabb gentleman until someone posted a tweet saying he looks like all of the bad guys from Superman put into one. And he does. But who the hell is he? And then you got May and you've got Johnson. Oh, God. The world is awful, isn't it? Apart from Corbyn. He's something we can all aspire to be. A grumpy old man who ain't going nowhere. Well, my friend Paul Garner's tweet about Corbyn is the new Blatter, it's a harmless enough thing from someone who's actually a professional comedy writer. He used to, he used to write for me many, many years ago, and he's written for Jimmy Carr and for Ali G and, for Gervais and some, big stars. Well, someone whose Twitter name is True Labour, Saggers 500. Jesus! When doing humour, aim for funny! This is miles wide! The thing is, he's picked up on it, because I've retweeted it, but he's not following me. And he's just this is... Jesus! When doing humour, aim for funny! This is miles wide! It's quite funny. It's a mildly funny tweet about an old man who won't leave a job when everybody wants him to leave his job. Right? I don't need to get so angry. Can we invent an app, right, that whenever someone gets angry and they send an angry tweet, they get an electric shock? Can we do that, please? I think that would work, guys. I think there's so much anger. I told you, Garner's replied, I've told him to delete his account. No, I refuse to go, just like Jeremy Corbyn. And he's put, get in, I still got it. Dearie me. 0844 499 1000. I told you when, on the day that, the country, voted to screw itself over, the day after the referendum, when, a bunch of idiots totally messed up the future of my kids. First thing I tweeted, turned on the phone at 6:30, tweeted and I went, oh, flip. Within seconds, I had a tweet from one guy saying, we'll leave them, mate. You know where the door is. Well, the country doesn't have a door. And I said something along those lines, and he replied, you Ponzi southerner, you living down in the Ponzi South, you haven't had to put up with Romanian beggars, Polish workers stealing jobs, Pakistani sex gangs, and Somalian pirates. Somalian pirates! I went, fair play, mate. You're absolutely right. I have not had to endure Somalian pirates or Pakistani sex gangs. What's that got to do with the EU? Yeah, you idiot. 0844 499 1000. New callers only tonight, please. That will change after 12. We will do people are panicking. We will do straight to air this week, after midnight. So don't worry about that. And anyone can call in for that. But we'll get rid of it for July. That's the plan anyway. Yes, Steve.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
Yeah, well, this is disturbing breaking news about gangs of Somali pirates wandering up and down Doncaster High Street.
Yeah, I know, and
it's terrifying.
It is.
Why is the broken BBC not reporting this?
It's a conspiracy.
That's what I want to know.
It's a conspiracy. It's all staffed by homosexuals that don't want you to know the truth, Steve. They don't want you to know the truth with their big fat cat bonuses and their boyfriends.
and their hammer and sickle tattoos.
Yeah!
Oh,
that's
yeah.
kind.
Sorry, I should go back to my Welsh accent.
There we go, yes.
And my real name.
That'll do it.
Yeah. No,
What you got for us tonight, Steve?
No, well, I didn't have anything really. So I was, listening along and trying to say, well, what can I join in with?
Yeah.
And this thing about, I suppose, let's go for Corbyn since you're talking about him.
Yeah.
Because what I would say is, a lot of, from my point of view, I mean, I'm not a member and wasn't, so I didn't vote for him. But before he was leader, it seemed like quite a good idea.
Yeah.
But now he's the leader, he's shown no leadership. He just kind of, I mean, yes, he has some politics that I agree with. He's a bit too much of a woolly centrist for me. I'm somewhere to the left of Trotsky.
Blimey.
Broadly speaking. But I'm also realistic and know that it doesn't actually work.
Stop. Why is his music playing? The thing about Corbyn is, I kind of like the idea of him, and I love him now that he's like, yeah, make me. He's like a squatter. He's got squatters' rights as the leader of the Labour Party. Make me move. You can't make me move. And the thing is, they can't make him move. There's literally they've all voted. Like 80% of them have voted no confidence in him. Right? He's been told to stand down. He's gone. Yeah, I've got the keys. Make me. And that's it. And he's bolted the door, and he's not going anywhere. And I love it.
My ball.
He's had my ball, and he gets a knife and he stabs it. It is beautiful. Have you seen the clip? And I don't know what it is. There's a clip of him walking somewhere. I've only seen it silently as what I believe is called a GIF, right? He's walking somewhere, and someone obviously says something, because he turns and does that and starts to walk towards him and does that face of, I'm going to give you some. And then the bloke he's with just grabs his arm and pulls him off down the corridor. Now, I've got no idea what that clip is, but it's been doing the rounds on Twitter all afternoon. It's flipping brilliant.
I'll have to look it up.
I want more of that. I remember I suddenly gained so much respect for John Prescott when he lamped that farmer one. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
It was beautiful, and everyone said, "Oh, you shouldn't have." It was during the election. Or he shouldn't have hit him. Yes, he should. The bloke assaulted him. He chucked an egg at him. Could have been anything. Smack him in the face. It was a left-hander as well.
Well, he is a lefty, isn't he?
Is he in that case?
I think he is a southpaw when he boxed.
In that case, I've lost ever such a little bit of respect for him. But still, he thumped someone
who deserved it.
Who deserved it, exactly. I'd respect Boris a bit more if he went and lamped someone.
Well,
yeah,
you couldn't respect him much less.
Imagine, right? He didn't go to PMQs today because he's a coward, Johnson, right? He's a self-serving, snivelling little coward, right? So he's not been in Parliament that much. But I would love it if during, like, David Cameron giving a speech, he just stood up on his chair, ripped his jacket off, pulled his shirt open, started beating his chest and went, "Ah!" and then pointed at Cameron and said, "I'm going to kill you," and then lunged towards him. I would join the Conservative Party and vote for him to be leader if he did that. That would be awesome.
Up until the bit where he becomes leader of the Conservative Party and by default Prime Minister, then we're all done for.
Yeah, the thing is, it's going to happen.
I'm completely with you.
You know it's going to happen. You know he's going to be Prime Minister, and the Labour's going to explode. The Lib Dems are going to. What's Tim Fallon, isn't it, the leader of the Lib Dems? His new thing, right? His strategy is we are going to campaign heavily to remain members of the EU. Okay, which is noble, which is great, right? And I kind of dig that, and I would sort of vote for that. But then that's going to split the vote between them and Labour. Labour's going to split the vote between Labour and whatever the new Labour Party is going to be. Socialist Labour. Yeah. Well, they've got to fight. They've got to fight over the name. If there is a breakaway party from Jeremy Corbyn's Labour, it sounds like when bands reunite from the 60s. Yeah, Bucks Fizz. Cheryl Baker's Bucks Fizz. If the majority of Labour break away from Jeremy Corbyn's Labour, I think the constitution of the party or the law, whatever, states that they would have to come up with a new name. Jeremy Corbyn would still be Labour. It will be the breakaway group, even if it was like 80% of them. They would have to come up with the new name and a new colour. They couldn't be the same colour. They couldn't be red.
But Yeah.
These are exciting times. Steve, these are exciting, if faintly damaging and scary times.
They could use that new colour that science has just discovered.
The one
that's called.
The one that nobody can see. Was it magenta?
Blurple. I don't know.
Blurple. That'll do it. Steve, thank you very much indeed. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. Yes, Sam.
Good evening.
Good evening, Sam. How you doing, fella? You all right?
Hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip. It feels a bit weird saying it the first time. You'll get used to it. Don't you worry.
It wasn't. I wasn't expected to come anywhere near being on air, so I feel a little bit
well, hang on a minute.
on the back foot already.
You do know that you dialed a telephone number that gets you on air, don't you?
Yeah, I was expecting to go through some sort of vetting process,
no, we have very low
et cetera,
standards.
et cetera.
No, we have
So,
very low standards.
It's an absolute pleasure.
The pleasure is literally all mine, Sam. What you got for us?
Nothing really. In the same vein, I thought, well, I was walking back. I've been a fan for a long time. I used to listen to you when you were on other stations, and it's opened me up to a new comedy like Angelos and Barry, who I've been and seen live. So thank you for that.
Oh no, don't
keep me pleased.
Don't encourage those idiots to phone in, for crying out loud.
So yeah, and I listen to your podcast on a regular basis. I work, sometimes I can't listen, so yeah, I do a bit of podcast listening, and I'm usually plodding around the garden or something mundane, and it keeps me sane and keeps me very happy. So yeah, I just wanted to call and say thank you.
Oh,
Good
well,
job.
you're very kind. What other I was saying this to Miranda, and who called in earlier on, and I got ever so slightly distracted by a train of thought, as I often do. What other podcasts do you listen to, Sam?
I listen to work-based stuff, so I'm something called Femcast, which is a pre-hospital emergency medicine stuff. And
what do they talk about? What do they talk about in there?
So my job is, it's going to sound a bit whatever. I'm a paramedic. I fly on an air ambulance, so learning all the time, all that sort of stuff is great. There's some really good femcasts out there, some good pre-hospital emergency medical podcasts, because the industry's changing all the time, so keeping up to date with stuff. So yeah, listening to that.
Do you go on the helicopter? Do you the rescue helicopter?
I do. Yeah.
Do you not get motion sick? And that sounds like a flippant question, but I mean it genuinely, because I can't read on an aeroplane, and the 2 times I've been on a helicopter. In fact, today I was remembering the time I flew from a Greek island. We cadged a lift. Me and my wife cadged the lift with this millionaire on like this, it was the weirdest thing, on this little 4-seater plane. 4 seats, passengers, and then 2 seats for the pilots. Flipping heck, man. I've never felt so ill. The only thing that stopped me throwing up was I did not want to throw up in front of a millionaire. and you guys that fly around in helicopters and doing stuff in the helicopter that's important, do you never get queasy?
It's when you throw up on a patient that's the problem.
No!
No, I don't, thankfully. I generally sit forward-facing. The doctor tends to sit in the back on my unit, facing backwards. But most of them are quite secure and sound, so yeah, there's not that much of a problem, thankfully, for them.
When I went in the cable car over London the other week, I genuinely got I hammed it up ever so slightly for the video, but I genuinely got motion sick. So I can't imagine you lot doing important life-saving things on a bloody helicopter.
It happens. Luckily, my unit, I fly up at the East Midlands. I've given it away now, so if any of my colleagues are listening, sorry about that.
They're going to destroy you.
We have, the doctors normally sit in the back, and if we've got another paramedic, then they'll sit in the back. Otherwise, I'm sat in the front navigating and assisting the pilot. So they look after the patient in the back. So hopefully we've done all of the important things before we fly them, because we don't want to be doing bits and pieces up in the air so much, if we can stabilise them before we fly them. So that's how that works. But I wasn't. Otherwise, I listened to a guy called Scrupulous Pip.
Now, all I know about him,
word artist.
He's a fan of mine, which is I was thrilled to find out, because I know very little about him. All I know is he did a brilliant song where one of the lines was the word phoenix shall forever be spelt Pheonix.
Pheonix,
which is
as the English dictionary says.
Yeah. But that's all I know about him, and I think that is such a beautiful line. Is that song safe for work? Has it got swears in it?
Yeah, I think it's Thou Shalt Not Kill, I think, is the name of the song, which is really, really good. Yeah, that was the song that got me into listening to him and just his spoken word stuff. I'm not particularly literal, yeah, listening to some of his poetry and stuff is really good, and then sticking it to music is brilliant, and yeah, I've kind of changed the way I think about music. There's another artist which I'm going to big up because they don't get a lot of speak or mention. Is a band called Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine.
Oh, Carter! Yeah. The oldest living boy in London.
New Cross.
New Cross. That's it. God blimey, I saw them years ago at the Old Trout in Windsor.
Oh, they're my brother got me into those because they're a bit sweary, and I lived in a little nice village in the Midlands.
Jim Bob and...
That's it. Fruit Bob Carter.
Yeah, okay, there we go, blimey.
They, when I was little, probably about 7, I got hold of one of my big brother's tapes, and it got some swear words in it, and I sat at my school in a little village, and suddenly I was the Don, because I got a song with swear words in it.
Yeah, of course.
And I've told that story to Jim Bob because he's now a solo artist and he writes books. He's got some amazing books. If you get a chance, seriously, if you're interested in novels. And he's done a really nice book on the history of Carter, which is an autobiography, and it's very frank. And it's
do you know
really
what?
Good stuff on it.
I
So
would
give it a read.
What's that one called? Because I do like a good rock and roll autobiography.
I think it's in bed with Jim Bob or something, but it's, if you look at Jim Bob or James Morrison, as he goes under now, he's just done a wonderful book, 2 books about an elderly man. It's a novel, and it starts off that he was run over on his 83rd birthday by a milk float.
Beautiful.
Which it was hilarious. So if you give that a chance,
What's his real name? What name's he got under?
James Morrison.
All right.
Now.
All right.
But if you get a chance, have a little look. And he's just, because his lyrics as a Carter lyricist was great, and now his stuff in books is, equally as good. So if you get a chance,
I'm going to have a little look, and I think we can play Scroobius Pip, but I'm going to have to dump a little bit of it. So we'll play that a bit. Sam, thank you very much. Right, we can. This Scroobius Pip thing, I only heard it once ages ago. I think I heard it when, Iain, stay there, come to you in a minute. 08444991000. When, Russell Brand was on Desert Island Discs, and he chose this as one of the discs. Now, it says here, okay, I think this is the censored version, but I've got to focus because I'm going to read the lyrics. I think I can ride the fader, and we have a dump. So don't worry, there's not many, there's only there's like 4 lines when it gets a little bit potty mouth, and I think, let me just check I've got the lyrics. Okay, so this is, and it might be rubbish, it's been ages since I've heard it, so this is Thou Shalt Always Kill by, let me just stop the recorder Cortex, they're not going to help anybody, by Scroobius Pip. Let's have a little go at this, shall we?
Thou shalt not worship pop idols or follow lost prophets. Thou shalt not take the names of Johnny Cash, Joe Strummer, Johnny Hartman, Desmond Decker, Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix or Syd Barrett in vain. Thou shalt not think any male over the age of 30 that plays with a child that is not their own is a paedophile. Some people are just nice. Thou shalt not read Enemy. Thou shalt not stop liking a band just because they become popular. Thou shalt not question Stephen Fry. Thou shalt not judge a book by its cover. Thou shalt not judge Lethal Weapon by Danny Glover. Thou shalt not buy Coca-Cola products. Thou shalt not buy Nestle products. Thou shalt not go into the woods with your boyfriend's best friend, take drugs and cheat on him. Thou shalt not fall in love so easily. Thou shalt not use poetry, art or music to get into girls' pants. Use it to get into their heads. Thou shalt just a band. The Clash, just a band. Crass, just a band. Minor Threat, just a band. The Cure, were just a band. The Smiths, just a band. Nirvana, just a band. The Pixies, just a band. Oasis, just a band. Radiohead, just a band. Block Party, just a band. The Arctic Monkeys, just a band. The Next Big Thing, just a band. Thou shalt give equal worth to tragedies that occur in non-English speaking countries as to those that occur in English speaking countries. Thou shalt remember that guns, bitches and bling were never part of the four elements and never will be. Thou shalt not make repetitive generic music. 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 Thou shalt not pimp my ride. Thou shalt not scream if you want to go faster. Thou shalt not move to the sound of the wickedness. Thou shalt not make some noise for Detroit. When I say hey, thou shalt not say ho. When I say him, thou shalt not say hop. When I say he, say she, say we, say make some noise. Kill me. Oh, I forgot where I was. Hang on. Thou shalt not quote me happy. Thou shalt not shake it like a Polaroid picture. Thou shalt not wish your girlfriend was a freak like me. Thou shalt spell the word Phoenix P-H-E-O-N-I-X, not P-H-O-E-N-I-X, regardless of what the Oxford English Dictionary tells you. Thou shalt not express your shock at the fact that Sharon got off with Brad at a club last night by saying, is it? Thou shalt...
Oh, and then it...
For yourselves.
There we go.
And thou shalt always kill.
It's good, that, isn't it? It's good, that. Flipping it. Better than I remembered it. Very clever, you see. He's like, in that song, I think he's like a modern Noel Coward. Iain, stay there. Come to you after this. I've checked out that Jim Bob book from Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine. It's 20 quid. It's 20 quid. It's on eBay. It's like 150 quid. What the hell is going on with these guys? Ian's on the line. Good evening, Iain.
Hi, how you doing? Okay?
I've got nuts in my mouth. Oh, pardon me!
Hey, one eye, by the way.
Sorry? Oh, yeah. Oh, gee. Well, I'll let you on, but begrudgingly.
Why is that?
Well, you can't spell your name properly.
Well, I'm not Scottish.
Neither am I.
Well, you must have had Scottish descendants somewhere.
I've got Scottish. I haven't got any Scottish. I don't think I'm going to have any Scottish descendants.
Right. I suppose that was a stupid thing to say.
No, I think yes, my granddad was Scottish, so that worked. That's why I spell my name correctly. Yes.
Well, you have got a Christian name for a surname.
Yeah, I know, and I've got my surname for. I've got two Christian names, which is cheating a bit, but it's not the name I was born with, Lee. That was my middle name. I just dumped. So I got Windy Pops from the nuts. I dumped the last name and shifted the middle one across. So I haven't got a middle name. What's your middle name?
Andrew.
Middle names are odd, aren't they? What? Where did the tradition? Because surnames are obviously, it associates you with your family. That's why there's lots of Smiths, because they were the son of blacksmiths, or Johnson, John's son. And the first name, so you can identify the different children. That's Steve, that's Terry, that's Annie. But what the hell where did the middle name come from? Where did the tradition for giving people a middle name?
I think it comes, I think it's so that you can actually pass on your parents' name.
Oh, right.
I mean, until I was about 4 years old, I thought my name was Get Off That Bloody Couch.
Well, yeah, there you go, you see. Exactly. These things happen. What you got for us, Ian?
Yeah, you were talking before about Brexit and Boris Johnson and Jeremy Corbyn and all that.
Yes.
Thinking a little bit of left field there, is it a case of job done? Did they really want us to stay in?
Someone, and I cannot, Lewis, I can remember if it was Lewis or Louis Bath, who's on Louis. It is Louis, isn't it? Louis Bath tweeted he believes that Johnson voted in and Corbyn voted out. And that kind of makes sense to me. Sense to me.
Mm. Yeah, because, Cameron's never really been that. He's been quite Eurosceptic in the past anyway. So is it a case of, okay, I got us out now, I'm off?
Well, Cameron doesn't, as he said, there's a great quote when Cameron came out and he gave the speech outside Number 10 saying, I'm quitting. He went in and he said to the people who work in 10 Downing Street, why should I have to do all that work?
Yeah.
But first when I heard that, I thought, oh, you smarmy git. But now I'm thinking, Yeah, really. Why should he? I know he's the Prime Minister, but he staked everything on a punt, and the punt didn't... A punt, and the punt didn't come off. And, yeah, why should he have to do all the work, you know?
Yeah, and, you know, it's, I mean, I don't know, it's like the same kind of thing in the Scottish referendum. I mean, you know, the arguments on both sides were there was no real fact, so people didn't really know what to do, to be honest.
In which side?
On both sides.
Of what? Of the referendum? The EU referendum?
Yeah.
There were loads of facts. There were loads of facts saying if we come out, then the country's screwed, and you know your pensions will be worthless, and loads of jobs will go, and the stock will crash.
Right.
And that happened.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, but they were given the negatives, not the positives.
Well, yeah, and they were right to give us the negatives. It wasn't Project Fear; it was Project Fact. They told us what would happen, and you idiots went, nah, they don't really mean it. And they did mean it. You had 95% of economists saying, if you vote to leave, the country's going to be screwed. And yet, who is it? Gove saying, well, you don't want to listen to experts. He compared them to Nazis. He actually compared them to Nazis.
Yeah. That was.
We were told there were loads of facts. We were told what was going to happen, and yet idiots still voted against that because they thought the facts were coming from just experts who are Nazis.
Yeah, that was a stupid thing to say, really. It was a bit out of order, that, to be honest.
It was massively out of order, and it was a lie. It was a lie. So you had those people who believed Gove. Then you had, and I'm not saying that everybody that voted to leave was a racist, because of course they weren't. There's a small percentage. But you've got the racists who are excited because Nigel Farage's poster of all those people that weren't coming here, I think they were going to Turkey, all those Syrian war refugees, right? Yeah, and then you've got the lie from Johnson and Gove and Farage that the £350 million that we put into the European Union, that figure's a lie. We'll take that and we'll put that per week into the National Health Service. That's a lie. Oh, and that claim's been taken off their website. And then you've got the other, again, let's go back to the racists, and the not so racists as well, who are told, we will take control of our borders, we will control immigration. That was a lie. They've just said that immigration won't change. They lied.
Yeah. So it was the whole system with regards to campaigning and whatever screwed in a sense.
No, because one side told the truth.
Yeah, I know.
One side lied.
Well, that's what. No. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was going to go on to say. At the end of the day, you shouldn't really be allowed to come out with lies, should you? Realistically, in a vote like this.
I think Boris Johnson, Michael Gove and Nigel Farage should be made to stand charges. They should be charged with deception and treason and made to face a court of law, but they won't be.
No.
And also, here's the thing, guys. Referenda are stupid for really complicated things. The EU situation, right? It's not a binary answer. It's not a yes or no answer. And I said this ages ago when they first announced they were going to do a referendum. I said, I don't want to be trusted with the vote because I don't understand it. And I still don't understand it. All I understand is we're screwed, right? But the British public shouldn't have been put in charge of such an important decision.
Well, that's why we were, because we didn't understand it. So the politicians don't have to make the decision.
But the politicians didn't want to make the decision. The only person that wanted to make the decision was Nigel bloody Farage.
Yeah, I know, but that's what. Yeah, I agree, but that's why we were given a decision, because they didn't want to make the decision.
Well, we're all going to die.
Well, that's going to happen anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but we're going to die in poverty.
I'm not going to suddenly develop an extra eye. Sorry about that.
There'll be no extra. Well, you should do, Ian, and I'm happy to. I'm sure I've got some spare ones lying around somewhere. I'll send them over. Hey man, thanks.
I've got 3, and that's enough.
That'll do. Thanks for the call. There we go. He ended with a poor joke. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. New callers up until midnight. I would say it's been a right royal rousing success, and we've had a bit of Scrooby as Pip tonight, huh? Who'd have thought you'd get that on a speech station, guys? Really? I should let you know there is a daily podcast that is available. It goes on iTunes. If you type in Iain Lee, Iain, L-E-E, and talk, it pops up and you can download it. And it's on all the other kind of usual podcasty type things. Hey, there were no newspapers here tonight. Kath got me what we thought were today's papers, and so I'm sat there all cocky-locky, recorded the show for Virgin, and I'm sitting there on the internet, just cruising the internet, not like that, just, looking at stuff. And then at 9:10, I went, right, I will look at the papers and I will do the show. I'll write down stuff for the show. And it turned out they was last week's papers. They were Wednesdays, but they were Wednesday the 22nd papers. So I had to storm off down to the local Sainsbury's to buy the newspapers. What the hell has happened to all the papers here, man? What the hell has happened to all the papers? 0844 499 1000. We'll do call straight to air after midnight, and anyone can call in for that. And we'll do call straight to air for the rest of the week. We might do it Monday. And then stop it on Tuesday. And I tell you why. It's just because Kath and Id aren't here Friday and Monday, and I'm a little bit nervous about having we've got Emma will be filling a slot, which is great, and we've got some guy called Dave who I've never met producing. As you know, regular listeners who have followed me hither and thither, to me, the producer is kind of a key part of the show. Really, the show is sort of 50 me, 50 them, sometimes 60-40, and sometimes 40-60. It depends. But that's, the producer is a key part. So to have a team that I'm unfamiliar with for two shows fills me with dread. And maybe is not the time to try something new like ditching straight to air. So we might do it Monday. We might not. I'll see. I'll see how I feel. I'll see how the vibe is. But we'll get rid of it, I think, for most of July, I think. But we'll do it tonight. 0844 499 1000 is the phone number. Here's the thing. So this is sensible or ridiculous? Ridiculous. You know when you go to the shops, and you may not do that now because I know loads of people. Right, it's primarily girls, I think, who do online shopping. I can't do online clothes shopping unless I'm buying exactly the same clothes. If I'm buying the same pair of jeans that I always get from Gap, I know what size and what style and what colour suits me, and so and fits me. So I get them, right? But I can't buy clothes without trying them on. I have to try them on. But my wife does loads of clothes, just buy them online, try them, I don't work, send it back. No, she doesn't actually buy them online, actually. No, let me correct that. She does go into shops and buys clothes, but she won't try them on in the shop. I said, try it on. No, I'll try it on when we get home. We'll try it on now. Otherwise we'll have to come back and bring it back. Sean Poulter, the Consumer Affairs editor, has written this story in the Daily Mail, page 3, if you want to read along at home. It's a disappointment many women know only too well. You see the perfect dress hanging on the rail and can't wait to try it on. But after a few self-critical minutes in front of the changing room mirror, you decide it doesn't suit you after all. Well, hang on a second. That happens to blokes, not the dress bit, obviously. I'm talking about that's what changing rooms are for. You go and, look, Scroobius Pip has just tweeted about me. Look at that. I'm going to retweet that. But I'll do it a little bit later on, so I look cool. He said a very nice thing about me, isn't that nice? But men, that's what changing rooms are for. You go and try them, see if it suits you and see if it fits you. That's what you do. Sounds familiar? There may be help at hand, in some stores at least. Worried that shoppers might not like the reflections looking back at them, store bosses have simply ditched the mirrors. What? This to me sounds like nonsense. They've ditched the mirrors? I like putting on jackets or a hat in shops, but not going into the changing room. You just put it on. Like, but this jacket, take the cut off. This jacket fits me. And then I spend ages wandering around trying to find a mirror in the store. There should be more mirrors just around the store Some places, like Marx's, you can find them, but some you can't. You're looking everywhere. They are covering them up in the hope that shoppers feel more comfortable. Oh, flippin' heck. And less worried about their bodies when they try it on clothes. Oh, so they're pretending it's to stop body shaming, are they? Is that what they're pretending? Do me a favour. This music is quite appropriate, actually. The stores, which are testing the idea this week, may have a financial incentive too. Here we go. Research suggests 7 in 10 women are put off buying an item once they've tried it on in front of a changing room mirror, and 52% of those surveyed said they came away from the fitting rooms feeling low. Oh, really? I'm not convinced that I buy that. It appears that harsh lighting, cramped cubicles, and unflattering mirrors can make women feel anxious. No one likes... Very few people like looking in a mirror, right? Very few people like looking in a mirror. You know. But that make you feel anxious. And also, you try it on there, you can open the door, you can step back, you've got your mate there. Does this fit me? Does it suit me? Feels a bit short on the sleeves, this one. Can you reckon? But if I do that with my arms, you see I've got the big... No? All right, fair play, I'll do it. The experiment is being run over the next few days at a third of fashion outlets in Birmingham's Bullring shopping centre and various other places. The company which carried out the research on women's attitudes on trying on clothes said many prefer to rely on the opinions of friends or shop assistants. Anyway, shop assistants? They do a great job, some of them. But, well, actually, no, some of them do and some of them are lousy. I wouldn't trust their opinion. They're there to sell you the stuff. The company said there is evidence that women are excited about trying on items they see on store mannequins or in magazines. Yet this excitement turns to disappointment in front of a changing room mirror because they tend to overanalyze their bodies. Maybe they just don't like the clothes. Maybe the clothes that you're selling them, they're not the right ones. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, God. As a spokesman said, with summer approaching and bikini season underway, women are even more body conscious than usual. So the initiative inspires women to be proud of their bodies and feel confident both inside and out. I have never heard such bullshit. It's not to stop women feeling bad about their bodies. It's to sell more clothes. That's all they're doing it for, is to sell more clothes. And yes, they might get home and try them on, but then perhaps they'll be less likely to come back in and return them. Oh, dear. I tell you what we'll do. After the news, everybody is welcome to call in. We will take calls straight to air. Come and get it while it's hot. It's going to be one of the last ones for a while, guys.
Talk Radio.
Last hour of the show, and one of the last straight to airs for a while. I'm not going to get rid of it forever, but I did say from the outset it was never going to be a permanent feature. So if you want to come and get it while it's hot and fresh, you can. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio. This is the news.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jonathan. Jonathan, I remember you said when you first heard heroin, you'd never heard a thing so beautiful that it nearly did you in. So you picked up your bags and your old banjo and you follow the velvets wherever they go, and they sing them your songs at the end of the show. Jonathan, 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 Jonathan. Well, the people would say they cannot play, they said you couldn't sing, and they tried to make some kind of fool out of you, but all along you were the king. So you moved out of Boston and the open way to the Sunshine State of California, where you bombed around and played the second tower of bed. Jonathan, 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 la la la. a bit like me. Jonathan, 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 Jonathan. That's right. Okay. Bye-bye.
Talking of Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine and seeing them live at the Old Troughton Windsor, which is now a Brown's restaurant. Oh my God. Same place I also saw the Pixies do a secret warm-up gig the night before they played Reading. I also saw that lot there. That's why they popped into my head. The Rocking Birds. The best country music to come out of Camden by the first Rocking Birds album. Oh man! It's a masterpiece, guys. An absolute masterpiece. The second one, yeah. You know, the second one. Yeah. They were on Top of the Pops as well, doing a Right Said Fred song, I think. Right, last hour of the show. This is Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio. 0844 499 1000. Calls go straight to air. It works like this. You phone up, I touch the screen and go, line 1, you're on the wireless.
I get it works.
Okay. I heard something. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird.
Thank you very much indeed. And that's how it works. And there'll be a few more, then we're going to probably stop for July. And I'm aware that I'm making my job harder, okay, by doing that. But it'll be fine. I've got an idea of what I'm going to do with the last hour. Nothing, radically different. It will still be me basically talking, but we'll see. So if you want to take part in Straight to Air, you can. Don't swear. Don't be libelous. There's a 7-second delay, so I can dump any of that nonsense. 7 pence a minute plus access charge, a bit more from mobiles. 0844 499 1000. And the odds are, if you call in, you won't be hanging around that long on the line. You can call up and do whatever you want. You can talk about the stuff we've talked about this evening. You can play a bit of music down the phone. You can make fart noises. You can do whatever you want. Really. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Now you, right now, like me.
I beg your pudding?
Million Gordon from Police Academy.
Well, thank you, madam. And have you had a good day?
Mrs. Jones from Police Academy.
Hello, Hello, Jones from Police Academy.
I do Father Vikings.
Thank you very much indeed, you see. And that's it. It's kind of quite a nice way for people to let off steam, let off the tensions of the day. You're maybe a bit anxious about what you got coming up tomorrow. What day is it tomorrow? Wednesday. Is it Wednesday tomorrow? No, it's Wednesday today. Thursday. I've got my youngest sports day at 9:30. I'll be up early, blimey. But because he's fractured his foot, I don't think he's taking part in any of the sports. I think he's going to be like handing out medals and stuff like that, which is actually much cooler. And then I've got the eldest sports day on Friday. And then that's it, I think. Oh, and then on Saturday, here's what I'm doing Saturday. I'm going to Southampton on Saturday to see the band Love. Okay, Arthur Lee's dead, so it's not, but it's kind of his backing band, and Johnny Eccles, the original. Remember we had Johnny Eccles on the show, the original guitarist from Love. So I'm going to go to Southampton and to see them. I must remember to take something to get signed. That's what I need to do. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hi, Ian, it's me. It's Andy Murray.
Hey, man, how's your mum?
Oh, she's great, thanks.
Yeah.
She's absolutely fine, yeah. How's your mum?
She's not as hot as yours, but yes, she's fine, thank you, Andy.
That's great. Yeah, I just thought I would give you a little call. Absolutely adore the show. Honestly, I find it hilarious. I almost broke into a laugh earlier on.
Well, I can hear the joy. I can hear the joy in your voice, Andy, and it really does mean a lot that we're helping a national hero.
I do try to suppress it sometimes, but sometimes it just pops through. You know.
Yeah, of course. I can understand.
They've all been there.
Yeah.
You know, I think they call it what's the phrase in the industry, corpsing.
Yes.
You know, this is probably the closest I'll get to corpse today.
Yeah. Well.
But you know, so it was actually a good friend of mine, Novak Djokovic. He told me to listen to the show. He's a big fan of the guy Caddick.
Oh yeah.
Caddick, is that the guy that masturbates on air? Is it?
That's the fella. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Trying to cut that down.
Novak likes him. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say how much I enjoy the show.
Okay, well, thank you, Andy. It's great to talk to you. And best of luck at Wimbledon. I hope you're not too upset when you get knocked out of the semis.
Well, you know the score. I'll be British until I get knocked out, and then I'll be Scottish again. You know,
and then we'll all be calling for a second Scottish referendum. Andy, thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate that. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Oh, hello. Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip.
Oh no, I've bottled it again. Bye.
These things happen. It can be a very nerve-wracking experience. Phoning up the radio show. Kath, you want to come in? Come in. Because I've got some stuff in the papers. It's all a little bit dry, but here's the thing, and I don't believe this. People touch their mobile phone 2,617 times a day on average. I think that's way below it.
Yeah.
When they say touch, I mean tap.
Well, just reach for it. You know, sometimes I have a look at it. I don't type anything on it.
Users desperate to check email and surf the internet tap their device 1 million times a year. But I mean, if you feel like sending a text, does each letter of the text count as a tap? Because in which case, 2,500 times, that's not a lot.
This study doesn't hold any water with me already.
Oh, right, let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
Hello? It's the Larson effect.
Hello.
There we go. You see, that was lovely.
I broke it.
Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip.
It's Bruce. How you doing? But I just wanted to clarify, I'm not Bruce from earlier. I'm the Bruce that normally calls in.
Oh, God, we got two
Bruce.
Bruces. Old Bruce versus young Bruce.
Yeah.
What a fight that would be. I'm talking about Bruce Lee's here, but old Bruce versus young Bruce. I wish Bruce Lee hadn't died at the age of 32.
Bruce Lee was the first computer game I ever completed.
Really? What happened at the end? Didn't you just go round again and it was a bit harder?
Yes.
Yeah, there were two. I think there were 2 green Sammos, weren't there?
No, there was a green Samo and there was Black Ninja.
The Bruce Lee game was absolutely brilliant, right? I don't really know what it had to do with Bruce Lee. It certainly wasn't any film that I recognise. And you had to fight the green Samo, who was just this big fat... He was like Big Fat Buddha, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was Big Fat Buddha.
Remember the music for it?
No, go on. I do. And I remember there were those weird... You had to climb up those sort of white trellises, and then there was that weird bit where if you stood on it, it's like a waterfall, but if you stood on it, it would either go up, carry you up or down. And so sometimes you'd have to fight that wherever it was taking you. I think I might have completed Bruce Lee. I think I might have done it. It's a good game, though.
Oh, I loved it. And it was lanterns, wasn't it? You had to jump up and collect lanterns.
You had to collect the lanterns, you had to but if you stayed on the screen too long, those black ninjas would come and get you.
Oh.
They'll come and get you. It was a good film. It was a good game. And licensed by his wife, Linda Lee. They were very, very protective, the Lees.
Really?
Yeah, well, she owns the name and the copyright. Very, very protective, the Lees, of Bruce Lee's heritage right, and so they were sitting for a long time on lots of footage and stuff like that they didn't want to be released because they didn't want to sully his name. They licensed the Bruce Lee video game on computers when they were rubbish. Strong game though.
Also, I was listening to Monday's show, and Mr. Caddick was talking about Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah,
of course, the world's greatest man.
Yeah.
Doing a Street Fighter thing.
No, not just no. The world's greatest living person.
Sorry, my apologies. Jackie, if you're listening, I apologise for getting that wrong. He was talking about him doing some Street Fighter characters in a film.
Yeah.
And actually, that film came out, I think it was 2 years before the really crappy film starring Kylie Minogue.
Oh.
And he's right. If you watch the clip, it's probably the best live-action representation I've ever seen of Street Fighter, but it was actually really early on.
What film was it?
Yeah, now I knew you were going to ask that. It was.
Of course I was going to ask.
It was one around 1992.
Okay,
that's about the best I can tell you.
Right.
So
it was still
around that year.
It was still good there. Well, that narrows it down to about 15 films because he churns them out.
A quiet year.
He churns out. Bruce, thank you very much for that. We'll take one more call, then we'll have a quick break. Yes, line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Bill.
No, it's me, Roy. Roy Hodgson.
It sounds like you're talking into a sock.
Well, no, I've been actually sent to Iceland.
Roy, listen, is there any way you can not be on speakerphone or something? Roy? Okay, well, he decided not to be on phone at all. It's as simple as that. I'm reminiscing with someone called Simon on Twitter. He was at the gig I went to at the Rocking Birds. He was the support act. I have no memory of because I would have been 16 and would have been absolutely steaming drunk on that cheap beer they served in plastic glasses. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So I don't remember. I remember the Rocking Birds had a projector, and we're talking about local bands from Slough, including of course Thousand Yard Stare. Local Boys Done Good, and I remembered the name of this guy. It was like the bit of a local star. Guy called, well, I can remember his first name. His first name was Bob. Thank you, Simon, for reminding me. Bob Kiley. It was when Kiley was really big, and they had a band. He had a band called Kiley, and they would perform at the Wheat Sheaf, which back then was a pub where. And now I'm sure it's completely changed. But back then, I'm talking, 25 years ago. You could quite easily get a drink if you were underage, and all kinds of shenanigans happened out the back. All kinds of let's just say smoking was allowed, and they would have. But it was brilliant. It was a pub, like a proper boozer. But they would have brilliant bands in there playing on Friday, Saturday night, and sometimes a Sunday lunchtime. God, I remember some. God, blimey. Heavy boozing sessions at 16 on a Sunday lunchtime. Flipping heck. And this band Kylie would go and they would do country songs. They were like a country band when there was kind of like a sort of small country movement happened in the about 89, 90, 91 with the Rocking Birds and that. And I thought I've never discussed Kylie with anyone before. So thank you for that, Simon. That's taken me back a little bit. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio. Listen to the Jerry Springer Breakfast Show to win a badass weekend trip to the Big Apple by becoming a singer with Springer. All this week from 6 on the UK's hot new Talk Radio. Impress the Talk Nation with your remotely karaoke tonal talent to win 2 round-trip tickets to New York, 5-star hotel, $500 spending money, and tickets to see a big Broadway musical. Be a singer with Springer. All this week from 6 on the Jerry Springer Breakfast Show on Talk Radio with United Airlines. 15 flights from Heathrow, direct to JFK every day.
Talk Radio.
So, people touch their mobile phone 2,617 times a day on average, a study has revealed. Users desperate to check email and surf the internet tap their device 1 million times a year. The top 10% are twice as bad, touching their devices 5,500 times. The firm recruited 94... Oh, hang on a minute. It's only done a survey of 94 people.
Right.
Flippin' heck. It built a tool to track their use of devices for 5 days, 24 hours a day. Well, then this survey means nothing. It's 94 people. It's not even over a week. It's over 5 blooming days. Well, that's pointless. Screen time was 2.42 hours for the average user, who had 76 separate phone sessions a day.
Phone session.
Wah. Heavy users averaged 132 sessions a day.
Heavy phone sessions.
I don't believe that. What a rubbish.
What are they selling with that?
What on earth are they selling with that? They're selling, I don't know, phones.
Wipes for your phone?
Wipes for the phone. You know, I got my screen repaired recently. I'm always breaking the screen on my phone, and I could have lived with it. It wasn't that bad, but it is like looking at your mistakes, and you kind of want to get it done. It's like 90 quid to go and get it done. No, something like that. And so I went to Apple and got it done. They're all geniuses there. They're very, very, very friendly. 0844 499 1000, by the way. And there were some people getting very tense there, very, very frustrated. And you have to wait and stuff. And I said, so I've got one of those plastic covers that goes around the edge and the back, but it doesn't cover the screen.
Yeah, I've got one of them.
And I said, is there a cover? And I don't know how the phone broke. It was just in my pocket and it broke. I was really peed off. I said, is there a cover I can get that would protect the screen? And they went, no. I said, what about those plastic sheets? He said, no, that just stops scratching. That's not to protect the screen.
Come on
now. So why can't someone invent like a case that will protect my phone and stop it smashing? It's that thing when you drop it on the floor face down and you think, oh no, and you pick it up and you go, oh,
yeah,
it's safe.
Yeah. Normally when I've lowered my trousers in the toilet.
What?
If I drop my trousers,
yeah,
I forget that I've got my phone in the back pocket, so it's either going to go on the floor or down the toilet. Now, first couple of days it went down the loo, I managed to retrieve it. It was fine.
Yeah.
And I keep dropping it. It's fine. So I'm cruising for a phone bruising.
It's going to happen. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hi, this is Billy here.
Hello, Billy. Is your mummy home?
No, I've got a high voice for old age.
Oh, right, okay. Is your carer home?
No, I've been talking to one of the regulars on Facebook.
Oh, have you? Very modern for an elderly person.
Alan Caddick.
No, I don't know him. Ian?
Never heard of him.
Apparently he's got a crush on calf.
Sorry?
He says he's banging calf?
No, he's got a crush.
He's banging Chris. Alan Caddick is banging Chris. Well, okay, you heard it there first. Thank you very much indeed. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hi, good evening. I'm looking to play a clip to you this evening and discuss the points raised therein afterwards.
Certainly. Sounds like a plan, Stan.
Okay, here we go. It's actually Dan, it's not Stan. I'm offended.
Okay. Sorry, man.
Okay. Here's the clip. Never. That was not the clip. This is the clip.
Okay.
Hot dog. Hot dog for sale. Where? Hot dog for sale. Hot dog for sale.
Now, the thing about that is that they are British comedians.
Yes.
Do you think they would have red sauce, brown sauce, or no sauce at all on their hot dogs?
It's a very leading question.
Isn't it just? Thank you very much indeed. A public school matron was sacked after posing in a sexy calendar. What a slut. To support injured soldiers. She's a real heroine. Kira Goodwin has helped to generate £30,000 for ex-servicemen and women by appearing in Hotties for Heroes calendars since 2011.
Wow.
And as this year's Miss June, she posed with a gun in a skimpy khaki-coloured top and pants.
Oh, classy. I thought it was one of those tacky ones.
There's her with it. You can see her pony, look.
Gosh, it needs its fringe cut.
Yeah, definitely. And she should feed that pony as well. But Kira, 34, got her marching orders 5 months after joining the staff at Giggleswick Boarding School, North Yorks, after its chiefs found out. Well, I mean, they're not, you know, it's not internal photographs that you're seeing. You know, it's she's wearing, in the one here, she's wearing in 2015, she's wearing I believe it's called a basque and stockings, and she's, her pony is on display. And in a couple of others, she's got, guns and stuff. I mean, I don't mean they're not massively rude, but they're a little bit.
How old are the kids again?
Well, I don't know. We'll find out. Yes, line 1. What? Louder. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger, or you will miss all the heavenly glory. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon, 1973. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, line 2.
Oh, hello, Ian.
Hello, line 2.
Hello, Ian.
Yes, line 2.
It's Tony here. Hello, Kath.
Hi.
Ian. Yes. Hi there. Ian, I understand you're sporting a beard now.
Yes. I have been all of 2016.
What? All of 2016? Oh, right, yeah. How are you enjoying it?
I'm loving it. Someone sent me a tweet there, right? Because I've got this live CD coming out, right? It's out now. You can buy this live CD at Go Faster Stripe, and on the cover on the picture on the cover is me without a beard.
It looks funny now, doesn't it?
And some bloke said, "I don't mean to be rude, Ian, but you don't half look weird without a beard." And I do, and I think the beard is definitely going to stay this year. At the moment, it's growing very big and bushy, and just because I might as well grow it big and bushy because I may never grow it big and bushy again. But I think I'm a man with a beard now.
Mm-hmm. Does it get itchy?
Nope.
What? Not even after a week or so without.
I don't remember. That was like December when it started growing. So I don't remember. No, it's fine.
No, because I had one when I was about 20.
Yeah.
Which was a fair while ago, but it did start itching after a week or so.
Now there it goes. The only thing I've got, and I need to and I'm not trimming it, but I need to trim the moustache because when it gets a bit long as it is now,
tickles your lips.
No. But if I'm eating a sandwich, it will go in my mouth.
Oh,
yeah. So I've got that's the only downside. But no, I'm loving it, and it's great because you can have fun with it. You can make all kinds of shapes with it, and you sit in my car and I comb it. I just love it. I'm having a great time. So it's like having a hobby at last.
Is it mono-coloured?
It's it's got bits of grey in it, which is good. It's kind of got quite a lot of grey actually. I like that. Thank you, Tony. 0844 499 1000. She has now launched an unfair dismissal case against the co-educational school where places cost up to bloody hell. £31,800 a year. Helen Moore, partner at the employment solicitor, told The Sun, "There's no doubt in my mind that her employment was terminated due to the nature of the charity work she does." There may be something else. And also, if you took out the charity work and it was just a mucky calendar, would that be appropriate, guys? Because it is a mucky calendar. Kira feels her former employers are trying to turn something she is very proud of into something she, as a woman, has been made to feel ashamed of.
Oh.
She's immensely proud of the work she has done, showing her baps and tatties. And will continue to do so for these charities.
Once a year.
Once a year, the pony gets dusted off, the baps and tatties come out, away the lads. The £10 calendars...
Did The Sun write that?
I've added that.
Oh.
That's me freestyling.
It was totally in their voice.
The £10 calendars raising funds for Help for Heroes were launched by Kira's sister, Anisha Poppins.
Oh, so it's not an official calendar then, it's just Little
5
Helper.
years ago. They feature family and friends. Oh, that's weird. Several of whom are army wives and girlfriends. Mum of one, Kira, from Clapham, North Yorkshire, was dismissed on June the 5th. Giggleswick's headmaster, Mr. Turnbull, said, "We do not comment on employment matters. We support Help for Heroes and our armed forces through our curriculum and providing education to children of heroes. We do not like seeing that woman's hairy pony."
He supports by giving them money. Doesn't he get his kit off?
No, he says he supports by it. He doesn't mention money. He says we support Help for Heroes and our armed forces through our curriculum and providing education to children of heroes. So in other words, jog on. And there is that thing, like, you can't criticise war charities, like Help for Heroes and the Poppy people. You can't criticise them.
You can.
Well, yeah, but...
And this is her freestyling anyway. It's not a Help for Heroes official calendar, is it?
How is her showing her arse crack good for anyone apart from fans of big arses, which I happen to be? But really, it is... she's... I mean, the best luck, but she's one of those women who thinks she's sexier than she is. That's the thing.
But and also the thing is, by putting yourself out there, you're putting that out there, and people are going to have an opinion on it.
This is the Sunday, of course. But so page 17, it's this woman in three provocative poses. You turn the page. Oh, and it's three other women in their pants. They're sporting heroes. They are athletes for Rio, and they're in their pants. And you kind of think, I
saw that. Do you know what?
One of them's 18.
Yeah.
One's 18, one's 13, one's 31. I mean,
and they're supposed to be sort of promoting sport for girls in schools, right? I think there are other ways to do it than showing everyone your bra.
Oh, showing that women it's for a lingerie campaign, proving women can be both strong and feminine. I mean,
we need that, right?
They're beautiful-looking women,
great bodies.
I mean, they're getting a load of money. Who am I to judge anybody who wants to take their kit off for cash? Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Yes, line one.
On your skin, I kiss that fingers deep me in. I fall asleep inside of you.
Okay. So that was. I thought, I can't believe. Am I here?
Savage Garden, wasn't it?
I fall asleep inside of you. That was the line.
Yeah.
Wowzers. The guy from Savage Garden follows me on Twitter.
Yes, because you're a gay hero.
I'm a gay icon. I'm a guycon. If anybody wants information on that, I'm happy to give them. Speaking of happy. More bullshine.
Right, go on.
That's the wrong paper. 0844 499 1000 by
that story you did just then about the athletes taking their coat off.
Yes.
I read it yesterday and it was spun in a different way. It was spun in girls don't like doing sport because they think that getting sweaty and doing exercise makes them look ugly. So we're going to get our kit off to show how fit
No, this
you
one
can be.
it's for a lingerie company.
Oh, so that's the truth then.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough.
You know, good luck to you.
Yeah, but don't tell me it's because girls need to.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe it was the paper that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Colin Fernandez is fast.
Science correspondent.
Yeah, he's fast becoming my favourite chancer, working at the chanciest of all newspapers, the Daily Mail. I mean, he is Fleet Street's premier chancer, and I respect him for that.
I like to imagine him with a white coat and a clipboard.
Yeah, he's
and
the
safety
science
specs.
He's the science correspondent for the Sun, and he for the Mail. Sorry, and he really does get those science stories that no one else can be bothered to touch, and you've got to respect that. Here's one. There's more to a pig's oink.
God. No, tell me about the oink. Colin.
There's more to a pig's oink than meets the ear. With happier porkers making more noise than grumpy ones, scientists have found. What scientists? What scientists are going around tickling pigs to see if they... Line one, you're on the wireless.
Hip, 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 hello.
Hip, 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 hello.
I was just calling in because I heard it was New Caller Night.
It's New Caller Night. Who is this, please, New Caller Night?
This is Gemma, hello.
Hello, Gemma, how are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm tired, a little bit peckish, but when I go home I shan't be snacking. I shall go straight to bed. I might have a banana. I might have a banana.
Your diet is going well.
That's good for you, and it makes you sleep.
Beautiful, and I'm going to have a banana. Yeah, I'm trying to lose a bit of weight, and I'm bored of it already. And I really wanted a big bar of chocolate, and I didn't have it. So never mind. Anyway,
that is very good. I have a suggestion on the weight loss.
Yeah, go on.
Thing. I think that you're weighing yourself too often, and you need to get an app that evens out the weight.
Hang on a minute. You're saying that by me weighing myself 3 times a day, that's too often. That's what I'm doing.
I told you not to do that.
3 times a day.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, I do it. I'll do it when I go home tonight, and I'll go. Oh, and I'll do it when I wake up, and then.
And that's the best time because you've woken up and you're the lightest when you wake up.
Hang on, Gemma.
a minute.
Wake up and have a wee, then weigh yourself.
Why? But why are you your lightest in the morning? What happens in the night time?
I don't know, but I feel like from experience, if you weigh yourself in the morning, you're always the lightest.
Yep.
And then I weigh myself before I leave for work.
Don't do that, because that's afternoon and you fluctuate so much. You're full of dinner.
So what's the reasoning behind the 3 times a day?
I've bought some scales for £20 and I'm bloody well going to use them. That's what the
money's worth.
The reasoning is. The reasoning is. I don't know, because I've never really made much of a conscious. But up until about a year ago, if I felt that I was putting on a bit of weight, I would just stop eating bread and pasta for 3 days, and I'd go back down to what I was comfortable with. Seriously, I would go back down to what I was comfortable with after about 3 days, and it'd be fine. So this is the first time I've ever made a sort of proper, concerted, extended effort to try and lose a little bit of weight.
That is good. But anyway, so there's this app, and there's apps online, there's multiple apps, and they even out the weight. So it's like your weight fluctuates, obviously, because of like water and whatever.
Yeah.
But it evens it out. So sometimes if you think that you put on like 3 pounds, the app tells you actually, no, you're like going down.
3 pounds is a poo, basically, isn't it?
Wowzers.
Exactly. It can be a poo.
Oh, wow. All right, guys, let's come on, let's just...
No, but honestly, that's the truth.
Okay. How do you know all of this, Gemma?
I lost a bit of weight last year, and I feel like I might be putting it on again, so I need to get back into it. But yeah.
Is bread and pasta, but then someone told me today, they said, you should be eating loads of carbohydrates and less protein.
I don't think it's what you eat.
What?
I think it's like how much you eat.
Well, yeah.
Instead of what you eat.
Well, no, but yeah, but if you eat bread, that bread expands inside your stomach. That's true, isn't it?
It doesn't get heavier in your stomach.
But you get
make you.
You get fatter. Don't you?
I don't think so.
I think...
I lost like 4 stone and I ate a lot of cheese and bread because that's my favourite food.
Really?
But I just ate less of it. I kind of sacrificed...
Oh.
Yeah, I sacrificed quantity for quality. Just wanted loads of cheese.
Don't you find that once you start, like, just being a bit more careful, it gets easier? You don't fancy that stuff anymore?
No. Once this is what I'm saying, right? Up until about 6 months ago, and it's because these meds as well are kind of affect my metabolism, but... up until about 6 months ago, I could lose weight in 3 days. Literally, I'd look at myself in the mirror and think, you're getting a bit of a belly. And within 3 days, I could get rid of it. And as I'm getting older and slower, and these pills as well, I can't do it like that.
I think those meds are a big factor.
Big fat factor. Big fat factor. That's my new programme I'm going to start. It's time for the big fat factor. Well, thank you, Gemma. I shall bear that in mind. You can do everything on an app these days, can't you?
You can do anything on an app. I also wanted to let you know that Caddick's been chatting up ladies on Periscope.
Oh.
He's using it as some kind of proto-dating app.
Caddick!
Dirty old man.
Ooh, dirty
Some
old
other people today were trying to offload their exes onto him.
Oh,
kind of offering up their exes if they wanted to go on dates.
Well, have you heard about...
I've got an ex, would you like to date him?
Have you heard about his most recent conquest? He managed to go out with her for 2 hours. 2 hours.
That is very impressive.
Are you saying, Gemma, hands off, he's mine?
Oh, I'm definitely not saying that.
Okay, that's just the vibe I picked up from you. It was a stand back, ladies.
Unfortunately, I'm taken. But if I wasn't taken, then he'd be first on my list.
Okay, well let's hope that
hope that my relationship fails.
Yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed for that, Gemma. Thank you so much for calling. Really nice to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. There we go. Well, see, new callers, it does work. I always forget that it works, and it does. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian. It's Paul in Canada.
Hello, Paul in Canada. How you doing, man?
Yeah, good, man. How's it going?
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
First things first. What are the names of the Olympian ladies?
The Olympian ladies. Let me have a little look at the old Olympian ladies. They are...
I just want to know if it's worth checking out.
Oh, no, come on now. We're better than that, for crying out loud, but yes.
I'm not better than... Okay. Death Cab for Cutie.
Yes.
I first came across them 10 years ago or so they are pretty good. I recommend them for you. And a couple of songs I would recommend is one called Crooked Teeth.
Yes.
And one called I Will Follow You Into the Dark.
Oh, okay. What kind of genre are... Have you heard Me and Magdalena?
No.
Okay, we're going to end the show on Me and Magdalena, which is the Monkey song that was written by the bloke from Death Cab from Cutie, and I wondered if that was a similar vibe. But you don't know it, so we will have to have this conversation.
No, I don't know it. And I guess it's kind of hard to describe what kind of genre it is. It's sort of soft sprock, I guess.
Okay, all right. Well, that's the kind of genre that I like. Hey, listen, Paul, thank you very much for that. 0844 499 1000. Why are women hotter than men?
Well, I read something, probably, again, written by Mr. Fernandez or his ilk.
The science correspondent, yes.
But, that women feel the cold more than men, which is why, you'll always get one side of the bed that likes the covers.
Well, hang on, you're saying that women are colder than men?
No, I mean, likes it warmer.
You said women are hotter than men.
Well, I mean, generally that's the case, isn't it? In the,
No, but
not
so,
in the rest of the animal kingdom, though.
So they're not. Their body temperature is the same as men, but they feel the cold.
Does that mean we're colder than men then?
Our
I mean,
fri-
I am colder than you now.
Our fridge is knackered.
Yeah.
So that's going to
That's
be
that.
that's that, isn't it? That's a pain in the bum. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Oh yeah, this part of the show's anonymous, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't have to give my name. or anything.
No, not at all, not at all.
No, good.
We
No.
can be whoever we want to be here.
Yeah, I've got some inside information on Kath.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not
You know,
anonymous.
she's got that. No, it's about you. You know, on Monday she's got the day off.
Yes.
And Friday.
I've heard. On Friday. Well, on Monday I've heard that she's doing a calendar shoot for Help for Heroes.
Oh
Oh, blimey, nice one. I'll report that to the
Yeah.
bosses and hopefully she'll get the sack. Cheers for that.
Yeah, but no,
Get
don't
promotion.
give my name.
No, of course I won't, Gatford. I wouldn't
give
dream
my
of
name.
it.
But Ian.
Thank you, mate. It also emerged that pigs with curious temperaments were more likely to grunt and squeal than their less inquisitive pals.
Right. How can they tell that they have a curious temperament?
Well, by hiding things and the...
See who looks for it.
Yeah, obviously.
Silly me.
Well, it's obvious.
Carry on, Professor.
The research into how they express their personalities vocally could help assess how content pigs are in their pens. Scientists from the universities of Lincoln and Belfast, so they're not real universities, studied 72 male and female juvenile pigs, so kid pigs. Half were placed in spacious, enriched pens with straw bedding, TVs...
Some made a house out of sticks.
Come on now. With the rest put in compact, barren pens with partially slatted concrete floors in accordance with British welfare standards.
Sad pigs.
To test the pigs' personalities... 0844 499 1000. To test the pigs' personalities, researchers put them in a pen for 5 minutes with unfamiliar objects. A large white bucket or a traffic cone. Their grunts and behaviour were logged, and the test was repeated a fortnight later to see if they acted in the same way.
What they're saying to each other is, what if they put a traffic cone in? Did you nick this one, Pete?
I mean, come on, guys. This is even by... is that out time? Right, I'm going to use the out time. Where's my pen gone? We're going to do it.
I've got a little tiny pencil.
50, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2. Yeah. There we go. I was a minute out last time. Let's see if we can get close to it tonight. The study published today in the Royal Society journal Open Science found pigs with more proactive personalities, those keener to explore their environment, grunted more than the reactive animals.
Quiet pigs.
What a stupid study.
Did they kill them all at the end and make them into sausages, or did
Yeah,
they let the nice ones
beautiful.
off?
Beautiful, lovely little bit of bacon. Love it.
Happy bacon.
You can make, speaking to Jake Yap today, and I overheard a conversation he was having with another vegan. He's a vegan.
Yeah, he mentioned
You
it.
can make bacon out of fake bacon out of coconut. Now, I don't know how that would be. Obviously, it wouldn't taste anything like bacon, but actually, that don't sound bad to me. I like coconut. I like bacon. So, to combine it all... Look, I've written down... I do this sometimes.
Wouldn't
I
it
write
taste
down...
like a bounty or something?
Beautiful, yeah, beautiful. Fried bounty.
Oh, yeah.
I write down page numbers, and I've written down the wrong page number here. Let me have got the right paper. So, hang on, what was it? So let me just... 17 would be this... I've written down here on page 8... cheerful, but there's nothing about being cheerful there. Well, I wonder what that story is about. Isn't that annoying? Football's coming home. Oh, this is it. It's page 12. They've done that thing. It's normally on page 8, but because the country's going to hell in a handcart, they've had to put it back. Where if there's not much news, they make up stuff.
What, lists and that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, this is no laughing matter. They've covered it with lots of smiley faces. This is no laughing matter, but the depressing first half... I retweeted a brilliant tweet the other day, and I cannot remember who it was, so apologies for that. When they said, do you remember when the worst thing about 2016 was all your favourite celebs dying?
Yeah, I saw that. That was so true.
This is no laughing matter, but the depressing first half of 2016 is turning us into a blue-nighted kingdom.
Oh.
Brexit sent financial markets into meltdown. Our Prime Minister has resigned and the Labour Party is imploding. England are out of Euro 2016 and the team's manager, Roy Hodgson, has quit in shame. He's another old fart, isn't he? When he got... He was rubbish, right? And I was speaking to Andy Goldstein and listening to the two mics we were on after this. Probably the worst England manager that England ever had, apparently. And he resigned from his £70,000 a week job, right? And then he was forced to do a press conference the next day. And he sat at the press conference and going, I don't know what I'm here for. I don't know what I'm here. I don't know what you want me here for. Well, to justify the ridiculous amount of money that was spaffed away on your wages for absolutely zero return, you old fart. That's what you're there for, to justify yourself.
Now dance!
That has all come on top of the loss of some of our best loved stars, from David Guest to David Bowie. It's a little surprise that some of us are down in the dumps, but not all is doom and gloom. And our reasons to be cheerful are sure to put a smile on your face. Pick a number between 1 and 15.
3.
1, 2, 3. Glastonbury and its quagmire may be over for another year, but there's still a summer of fun-packed festivals to look forward to. Justin Bieber and Rihanna are headlining V, while the Red Hot Chili Peppers and the 1975, God dearie me, take to the stage at Reading. And there are now more festivals than ever to look forward to, from family-friendly days to country or comedy events.
No.
Pick another one.
12.
Britain is also set for... flippin' heck. Britain is also set for a bumper crop of strawberries. Next one. Schools break up for summer in a few weeks. That's a good thing! Which may have parents tearing their hair out, but it's good news for the commuters with a lot less traffic on the road. Flipping
No, this isn't cheering me up at all. This is making me feel worse.
It's a good year to feel proud of our British heritage, with the 400th anniversary of Shakespeare's death, 200th anniversary of Charlotte Bronte's birth, and 150th anniversary of the birth of Beatrix Potter, all falling in 2016.
All these people are dead, though.
Flipping heck. I mean, really.
Someone's been scratching around there, haven't they?
What a load of old... Right. That's it. I'm going to play a song. I think I've counted this properly. I may not have done, so I may be back in a minute. Otherwise, back tomorrow at 10. Normal rules apply. Everybody can call in. Thank you to everyone tonight. Ta-ta.
Any other like she's under.
Phone, talk
Radio.
We'll get you talking.